but we just there's a lot of stuff that we can actually learn.
Yeah.
Because when we talking about dinosaurs, maybe some people or when we were kids, we just thinking about, oh, it's only a fantasy. But with the proven like this in the museum, we know that dinosaurs was accessed.
The ancient animals.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. And the movies, the Jurassic Park and all. Oh my goodness.
Exactly.
That's real, right? Yeah.
All right, let's over to Nicaragua, where residents of Masaya City in southern Nicaragua put on terrifying disguises on Friday night to celebrate the Los Aguizotes Carnival.
The event has been held annually since the mid-20th century to honor San Jeronimo, the city's patron saint.
The Festival of Myths and Legends bring together in Nicaragua's most popular ancestral figures on the last Friday of October.
Those who attend the festival make scary faces to scare hundreds of domestic and foreign visitors who arrive to take part or witness the unique event.
The word Aguizote comes from the Nahuatl language. Agui stands for water, while zote means fright. As such, Aguizotes mean fright near water.
Yes, and the Los Aguizotes Carnival is celebrated as part of the festivities to honor San Jeronimo, the patron saint of Masaya, since 1976.
No, no es Halloween. Esto es los aguizotes. Nosotros celebramos los aguizotes, una tradición muy masaya, muy de las fiestas patronales de San Jerónimo.
Ha sido unas tradiciones que se dan como burla de los antepasados. Entonces en Nicaragua se ha acoplado pues a diferentes personajes, tanto como mexicanos como en otros lugares que se pueden disfrazarse, también en las partes de las películas que están en las actualidades.
Oh, I always fascinated by the international festival, especially the festival held in South or Latin America. Why? Because they are so festive in daily basis. I can imagine to be there and attend one of the festival, and you know they're playing with costume, colors, the food, drinks, and everybody is like open the house to welcome everyone to celebrate something that I don't understand.
And you can see the last people that interviewed, if you can see the details, they put one by one the blink in his face, and of course it takes a lot of efforts to do it. So I do agree when you say they're so festive, and the accent of Mexico, it's so sexy for me. Right?
It's really good. They are really putting the effort in, like you said. Every time this time comes around every year, they do this. They do this full blown.
They're celebrating life, actually.
Exactly, and it's more like spiritual things for them, and for us as tourists, it's so good to see something, you know, related to someone's beliefs, and we can see what they actually doing and want to be part of the festival.
Oh, nice.
Why not?
Yeah, and talking about spiritual thing from Shafira, there we go over to Mexico now, where the final touches to public displays for the annual Day of the Dead celebrations were made in Mexico City on Friday.
Yes, and more than 190 artisans come together to decorate 32 altars representing Mexican tradition and cultural heritage in the capital's main Zocalo Square. Some 5,000 cempasúchil or marigold flowers were used as a decoration, and additionally, a display of more than 30 giant skeleton women in traditional costume were gathered from every Mexican state, and they have since been displayed to the public.
The Day of the Dead is one of Mexico's most colorful holidays. It combines the Roman Catholic commemoration of All Souls Day with pre-Hispanic customs of offering flowers and food to departed souls. However, offerings can also vary and include cigars or tequila to satisfy souls who are set to return for one day during the special occasion.
se puede decir que nos visitan, entre comillas, el 1 y el 2, con las ofrendas que le traemos, con cosas que les gustaban, que les gustaba comer, que les gustaba beber, y pues siempre se pone una foto para que esa persona regrese, ¿no?
Muy mexicana, justamente de honrar y de recordar a todos nuestros difuntos.
Day of the Dead.
Ooh, yeah.
Like that movie.
From the Coco.
Coco, right. Yes, yes.
Celebration of the Dead. That is so cool, right? I mean, well, it's creepy somehow. But they turn it into a festival, more colors, flowers, marigold. Amazing, amazing, such amazing festival. Really one of my bucket lists to go to Mexico. Yes. One of my bucket lists. I really want to go to Mexico, and I would like to see all the people. People are on the street. They, celebrating live, taco, burrito, and everything. Amazing, very amazing. I really want to go to the Museum of Frida Kahlo. It's in Mexico City as well.
Wow, I just can't wait to see it from Kakak Shafira Insta story, because we know
it's too far,
because we know that you are so amazing with your travel journey, Kak Shafira. So it's been amazing. And I do agree when you said Mexican people can see another point of view from that, and they celebrating it and also honor it at the same time.
Yeah, so true.
All right, from there we head over to Swiss now, where the record has been made, where Swiss Railway Company has claimed the record for the world's longest passenger train, which traverses one of the most scenic tracks across the Alps.
The train spans for 1.9 kilometers and belongs to the Eurasian Railway Company. It is composed of 100 coaches and travels across the Albula-Bernina route from Freda to Burgwin.
And the route was designed as a UNESCO World Heritage in 2008 and passes through 22 tunnels as well as 48 bridges. The route also takes the train over the scenic Landwasser Viaduct.
The line takes more than an hour to traverse. Meanwhile, rail enthusiasts flocked to the valley to admire the train's 25 sections as it made its way 25 kilometers through the Alps.
Eurasian Railway Director Renato Fasciati said that the record attempt was intended to highlight some of Switzerland's engineering achievements. However, it was also made to celebrate 175 years of Swiss Railways history. Wow.
Look at that.
Amazing scenery of Switzerland. Oh my God.
I've never been again.
Oh my God. I've never been to Switzerland. Never been to Switzerland, but always watch it on the YouTube or in the social media when people are traveling using the Bernina Road. It's always amazing because it's like you see a painting live.
Exactly. So don't worry. I just give amen for our best list to one day go to Switzerland. But right now, it's time for us to take another break. But when we come back, we'll bring you more updates from in Southeast Asia. So stay tuned to the C Morning Show only on Today.
Longing for a short getaway where you can be away from people but still be productive?
You can! Come down here at Bidadari Island where you can learn a thing or two about the history.
This paradise island is more than just white sands and Tuscan blue waters.
You're not an outdoorsy type? Well, so am I. Don't be dismissive of the idea because
we're gonna get in touch with nature and hopefully have fun while at it. See the beauty only on C Indonesia.
Come see the beauty only on C Indonesia.
Iya, gue lewat gendut.
Maksudnya lo tadi muntahinnya sengaja?
Mati aja gue asli.
Nggak boleh ngomong kayak gitu.
Asli lo gak gendut? Ayo lah.
Kayaknya dia bulimia deh, Mbak.
Kendorkan perlahan-lahan.
Welcome back to Theory of Everything. We will round out some of the biggest or craziest theories that have been circulating around the web and then stuck on your head, such as fan theories that audiences have about movies, shows, comics, or anything really. When the initial trailer for Doctor Strange 2, it was clear Wanda Maximoff held a prominent role in the film, though whether she'd play friend or foe to Benedict Cumberbatch lead remain in question.
Tulung Agung is a small city that stores many varieties of culture and culture based on local wisdom. The people of Tulung Agung in general have a culture or tradition that is passed down from generation to generation. One of them is the ancestral heritage of coffee. Coffee is not an original commodity from Tulung Agung Regency, but Tulung Agung typical coffee is part of the heritage in the era of the Dutch colonial.
Kulit itu untuk jadi jaket paling butuh 1 ekor atau 2 ekor domba. Ternyata setelah saya terjun di industri ini, saya baru tahu bahwa untuk membuat sebuah jaket kulit saja itu setidaknya membutuhkan sampai 4 ekor domba.
Lakukan aja yang bisa kita lakukan, hal sekecil apapun gitu yang bisa kita lakukan, ya lakukan saja gitu. Jangan sampai harus nunggu dulu, tapi lakukan aja hal sekecil apapun gitu.
To all of you, and for the next few hours we'll bring you the latest from Indonesia, Southeast Asia and around the world.
With more of a whisper than a resounding clang, Greece has shed another restriction dating back to its painful financial bailout.
Owls in Demak regions in central Java have become Taito alba owls conservationists. These barn owls are considered friends with farmers as they can help to prey on rats in rice fields.
Welcome back to C Morning Show, everyone. Now, before we go any further, let's see what's making headlines across Southeast Asia.
First from Myanmar, where the military government warned that any pressure from ASEAN for a peace plan time frame will lead to negative implications. This was announced in response to a meeting between Asian foreign ministers held on Thursday in Jakarta. No Myanmar representative were present at the conference, aimed at discussing measures to ease the Myanmar crisis.
Moving on to Vietnam, where the health ministry recorded nearly 270,300 cases of dengue fever, resulting in 108 deaths this year. The number of infected cases has soared 4.8 times, while the number of deaths increased by 87 cases. However, compared to the same period last year, However, the latest data indicate that 9,677 cases were found from October 17 to 23. This is lower than previous week's amount of 11,260 cases.
And lastly, coming from Singapore, where the Home Affairs Ministry proposed that the Central Narcotic Bureau should be allowed to act against substances if they have psychoactive effects. This is despite the possibility that the substance itself had yet to listed under the Drugs Misuse Act. This increased measure was suggested to tackle the menace of the psychoactive substance and reflects the country's harsh stance against drugs trafficking.
Now we head over to the Philippines, where Tropical Storm Nalgae slammed into the Philippines on Saturday after causing flash floods and landslides that claimed at least 50 lives.
Unfortunately, the death toll is predicted to keep rising since around 60 individuals remain missing and buried beneath mud, rocks, and trees.
A total of 280 homes were reportedly damaged as Tropical Storm Nalgae hit southern Philippines on Thursday. Heavy rains triggered by the approaching storm inundated mostly rural areas in Mindanao, followed by landslides and floods. According to Naguib Sinawimbo, Interior Minister for the 5-province Muslim Autonomous Region, up to 60 people at the tribal village of Kusyong are possibly missing or buried under debris and mudslides. Meanwhile, rescuers are still trying to retrieve bodies from landslide areas. As a result, 11 bodies, mostly of children, were found in Kusyong on Friday. According to a Philippine official, the disaster claimed at least 50 lives so far. Unfortunately, the death toll has been predicted to keep rising, as many are still missing or possibly buried beneath mud. Meanwhile, State Weather Service Pag-asa hoisted signal number 3 over Metro Manila and 8 other areas as the storm may arrive in the capital and nearby provinces on Saturday. In response, more than 7,000 residents have been proactively evacuated from the storm's path. However, Tropical Storm Nalgae is yet to be expected to morph to a typhoon as it makes landfall. Additionally, the Coast Guard has also suspended ferry services through most of the Philippines.
Yes, we have everybody's going to be okay there because the weather is actually predicting it's still going to be not so good for the people in the area. So we hope that everyone's going to be okay, that all the officials are going to do their part.
All right.
All right, now we head over to Myanmar, where ASEAN foreign ministers held a special meeting earlier this week amid the escalating violence in Myanmar.
Yes, and it took place just after the airstrike in Kachin State.
The Asian foreign ministers held special meetings on the escalations of Myanmar military violence since the coup February 2021. The meeting took place on Thursday morning, located at Asian Building, Jakarta, which is attended by Minister of Foreign Affairs Retno Marsudi. The meeting concerned on immediate cessations of fighting and continuation of dialogue between all parties in the recent military raid took place on 23rd October in Kachin region, Myanmar. More than 80 civilians were murdered by an airstrike bombardment who were attending a celebration of the 62nd anniversary of the founding of the Kachin Independence Organization. On the Asian meeting, Minister Retno Marsudi sends deepest condolence to Myanmar in regards of Indonesia.
Serangan yang dilakukan junta militer Myanmar pada saat pelaksanaan konser musik di Kachin harus dikecam dan tidak dapat diterima. Indonesia menyampaikan duka cita dan simpati kepada para korban dan keluarganya. Tindakan kekerasan sekali lagi harus segera dihentikan. Dan Indonesia menyampaikan agar pesan inilah yang harus segera disampaikan kepada Tatmadaw.
After attending the meeting on the same day, Minister Retno Marsudi told the media on press conference that the main focus of the meeting is to up-to-date the 5 points of consensus which have been pointed out on April 2021 since the coup have started. The points consist of immediate end to violence in the country, dialogue among all parties, the appointment of the Special Envoy Humanitarian Assistance by ASEAN, and the Special Envoy's visit to Myanmar to meet all parties. Based on the meeting, the engagement with all stakeholders involved must be organized in the futures of which in the timeline is not yet decided.
Sooner or later itu harus ada pertemuan yang semuanya itu duduk bersama. Tapi apakah itu akan terjadi atau tidak, kapan, nah itu belum diketahui. Hanya lazimnya dalam suatu perundingan seperti ini, maka diperlukan partisipasi semuanya.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs also conveyed that the donation have gathered with $27 million are sent to the victims. Since the start of the coup, more than 2,300 people were killed on the military raid by junta military. Reski Nasto, Nico Arianto, for C Today.
Well, I think this is... Well, I think this is a very serious matter, especially what happened a few days back about the incident, right? And we can see that Myanmar is actually spiraling into absolute financial and political isolation, and it's warned by the experts. And after the nation's military leaders told its Southeast Asian neighbors to stay out of its affairs following a meeting to discuss a stalled peace plan. Actually, members of the Associations of Southeast Asian Nation, or ASEAN, are losing patience with the military government's reluctance to honor its commitments and push forward with peace talks. Associate Professor, one of the authorities, said that, and in the other hands, rights groups and activists have urged Asian members to consider Myanmar's expulsions from the bloc over escalating violence and rights abuses by authorities, and what happened that we saw what happened a few days back about the incident and attacks happens in the one of the music concert.
Right.
That is very. That's horrible, and well, they are still waiting the best action to do because Myanmar is part of the Asian country. It's basically we're neighbor country, but there's nothing. There's nothing much to do at the moment. So basically, the Asian country still need a backup plan for this.
Yeah, violence, at the end of the day, it's never the answer, right?
Yeah.
We really have to not go back to that or resort to that.
Right.
So, of course, we're sending a lot of prayers for Myanmar, and we'll keep you updated about this story. And from Myanmar, we moving on to Bangkok, when the re-owned Bangkok train night market has reopened in a new location following 2 years of the COVID-19 pandemic.
The popular street food area has been renamed to Jod Fair's Bazaar and houses over 600 vendors. Let's take a look.
Train Night Market Wachada in Bangkok has reopened in a new venue. However, it still houses the same vendors who opened up shop in its previous location. The market is home to a wide variety of stalls, including street food, clothes, accessories, furniture, vintage items, and handicrafts. The popular street food location has been renamed to Jod Fair's Bazaar, following a 2-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It is currently located next to the Central Rama 9 shopping mall in Bangkok. It has been revamped as the new venue features open-air bars for visitors to hang out. More than 600 vendors set up shop at the market, which has been divided into 3 zones. The activity zone houses a stage and beautiful light installations, making it an Instagrammable tourist spot when not used for festivals. Meanwhile, the fashion zone is where all the latest trendy but affordable clothes, bags, and shoes can be found. And finally, those who seek culinary delights can make their way to the food zone, where a variety of Thai and foreign cuisine can be found. The Jod Fair's Bazaar opens every day from 4 p.m. until midnight.
Bangkok street food.
Yeah?
I love Bangkok street.
I really love it, but because I have a bad experience once, it happened for me. Maybe it's not fit in with my stomach. Too spicy or maybe too tasty. So the third time I go to Bangkok, I have to really taking care of, especially when it turns to the street food, because I know Bangkok has over a very exotic food with the variant menu and really, really lovely prices.
Yeah, amazing. I always love to go back to Bangkok, even though the weather is super hot. And similar traffic compared to Jakarta, basically. But I really love to go back, just try the food, the homemade tom yum and everything they made from the kitchen and serve very fresh. And you can actually adjust the level of the spices. Have low, middle, or super hot.
Again, that's another my list.
Yes, you should, Ranga.
Trip to plan to get to Bangkok and just find street food.
I have some list that I can,
just
recommend
hand it
to
over,
you.
right?
Exactly.
Especially when it comes to food and fashion, you should go to Bangkok.
Bangkok.
All right, that was the what we have from Southeast Asia, and we will bring you more updates from Indonesia after the break. So keep it here on the C Morning Show only on See Today.
Maksudnya lo tadi muntahinnya sengaja?
Mati aja gue asli.
Nggak boleh ngomong kayak gitu.
Asli lo nggak gendut? Ayo nggak?
Kayaknya dia bulimia deh, Mbak.
Kendorkan perlahan-lahan.
Tulung Agung is a small city that stores many varieties of culture and culture based on local wisdom. The people of Tulung Agung in general have a culture or tradition that is passed down from generation to generation. One of them is the ancestral heritage of coffee. Coffee is not an original commodity from Tulung Agung Regency, but Tulung Agung typical coffee is part of the heritage in the era of the Dutch colonial.
Welcome back to Theory of Everything. We will round out some of the biggest or craziest theories that have been circulating around the web and then stuck on your head, such as fan theories that audiences have about movies, shows, comics, or anything really. When the initial trailer for Doctor Strange 2, it was clear Wanda Maximoff held a prominent role in the film, though whether she'd play friend or foe to Benedict Cumberbatch lead remain in question.
Kulit itu untuk jadi jaket paling butuh 1 ekor atau 2 ekor domba. Ternyata setelah saya terjun di industri ini, saya baru tahu bahwa untuk membuat sebuah jaket kulit saja itu setidaknya membutuhkan sampai 4 ekor domba.
Lakukan aja yang bisa kita lakukan, hal sekecil apapun gitu yang bisa kita lakukan ya lakukan saja gitu. Jangan sampai harus nunggu dulu, tapi lakukan aja hal sekecil apapun gitu.
Longing for a short getaway where you can be away from people but still be productive?
You can! Come down here at Bidadari Island where you can learn a thing or two about the history.
This paradise island is more than just white sands and Tuscan blue waters.
You're not an outdoorsy type? Well, so am I. Don't be dismissive of the idea because
we're gonna get in touch with nature and hopefully have fun while at it. See the beauty only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty only on See Indonesia.
Hello and a very good afternoon to all of you. And for the next few hours, we'll bring you the latest from Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and around the world.
With more of a whisper than a resounding clang, Greece has shed another restriction dating back to its painful financial bailout.
Schools in Demak Regency in Central Java have become Thai-toe alba owls conservationists. These barn owls are considered friends with farmers as they can help to prey on rats in rice fields.
Morning everyone, welcome back to See Morning Show, and as promised, we're gonna head back to Indonesia now to bring you the latest. As the body of Novita Kurnia Putri, who died in a shooting that took place in San Antonio, Texas, arrived in Indonesia on Saturday afternoon.
Yes, and her body was immediately brought to her hometown in Semarang, Central Java.
The body of Novita Kurnia Putri arrived at the Soekarno-Hatta Airport in Tangerang, Banten on Saturday afternoon. Upon arrival, it was received by a representative of the Indonesian Foreign Affairs Ministry. Her husband, Robert Brazil Jr., also accompanied the body during the trip back to Indonesia. From the airport, the body was immediately brought to her hometown in Semarang, Central Java, to be laid to rest.
Novita Kurnia Putri died on October 4 at her home in San Antonio, Texas, after she was riddled with more than 100 bullets by 2 teenagers. She has been thought to be a victim of misidentification on the part of the shooters who have been arrested by local police. And meanwhile, Novita is said to be laid to rest on Sunday afternoon at the Sasonoloyo Bumi Rejo Public Cemetery in Bayumanik, Semarang.
Next up, the Kertajati International Airport in Majalengka, West Java, is anticipating the departure of Umrah pilgrims starting November 7.
Their flights are scheduled to depart for Saudi Arabia 5 times a week.
The Kertajati International Airport in Majalengka Regency, West Java, is currently preparing to depart its airlines for Umrah pilgrims. The West Java government has been communicating with the Middle East Airlines to assist flights from Kertajati Airport to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The Indonesian Transportation Ministry has also coordinated with Angkasa Pura II and Kertajati International Airport to prepare its facilities and infrastructures, including personnel that are on duty in the airport. The flights for the Umrah pilgrims are scheduled to take flight.
Sudah dihitung, kami sedang bernegosiasi dengan penerbangan dari Timur Tengah supaya bisa pesawatnya langsung datang ke Kertajati Timur. Saya kira mohon doanya. Oh, belum dihitung, tapi intinya yang penting ada dulu lah. Karena jumlah haji dan umrah Jawa Barat luar biasa banyak.
It is hoped that the Kertajati Airport can also facilitate the departure of Hajj pilgrims, not only from the Western Java region, but also from Central Java. The development of the Hajj dormitory in Indramayu Regency is also nearly finished. See Today contemporary reporting from Majalengka, West Java.
Such a nice news, right?
It's nice to have that or another airport for people to go onto Hajj or Umrah rather than just here in Jakarta, right?
Yeah.
Like Kakak Syafira mentioned before that when people coming from Sukabumi,
around the area around the Majalengka area, it's more closer to Kertajati than compared to they have to travel to Banten. It's very far, so they don't have to wait like for quite so long because all the performance of Umrah or Hajj is quite tiring, right?
Very.
So they have to preserve their energy. They can
Especially
have a rest.
we're not talking about 25, 30-year-old guys, right? We're talking about 50s and plus.
Right.
And of course, on Terminal 3, let's just like maybe you guys have once experience when it's together with the Hajj people. It's so tough and so tightened, you know. So maybe the Kertajati is one of the right answer for it. And of course, it's open job vacation for everyone there.
Of course.
Sure, we are moving on to our next story. The Indonesian Manpower Ministry is conducting the National Job Fair and Vocational Training Festival from October 28 until Sunday, October 30.
The ministry expects around 21,000 new hires for job vacancies in various companies during the three-day event.
The Indonesian Ministry of Manpower is conducting a national job fair at Jakarta Convention Center, Hall A in Senayan, Jakarta, from October 20 to Sunday, October 30. Besides offering vacancies, the ministry also provides vocational and productivity training. 175 notable companies participate in the National Job Fair, and 78 other companies that open vacancies also carried out walk-in interviews. The ministry expects 22,000 job seekers to apply for job vacancies during the event.
Dan terbuka untuk umum, siapapun bisa datang ke sini dan ternyata banyak sekali antusiasmenya. Kita bisa lihat semua booth penuh. Jadi kalau yang daftar itu melalui aplikasi lebih dari 100.000 orang. Dan mereka datang secara bergiliran selama 3 hari.
20.000 lowongan lebih yang disediakan.
Kita sih pengennya semua terisi, 20.000 semua terisi. Bahkan lebih, ini selalu terus berkembang terus. Ini juga hybrid dilaksanakan secara offline dan secara online.
Previously, the Indonesian Manpower Ministry recorded that there are over 72,000 employees who were laid off amid the COVID-19 pandemic. With this job fair, their opportunity for employment is big. Not only that, the event is also an opportunity for fresh graduates to acquire their dream jobs.
Sangat membantu sih, apalagi saya kan fresh graduate, jadi pas tahu info ini, jadi lumayan nih, jadi banyak peluang bagi kita yang fresh graduate.
Ini kan cara apply-nya by online ya? Nah, menurut Mbak gimana?
Bagusnya jadi untuk yang datang sini juga nggak perlu bawa berkas yang banyak, jadi mempermudah juga, apalagi sekarang kan udah era digital.
Jadi cukup membantu ya.
Job fair ini sangat
membuka peluang sekali untuk kita-kita yang baru lulus juga, peluang kerja, mencari kerja itu.
Oh, Masnya fresh graduate?
Iya, saya fresh graduate.
Oke. Ada nggak tujuan ataupun yang diincar? Jobnya, posisi atau perusahaan yang diincar ada?
Saya lebih mencari posisi di bagian human resource terkait recruitment atau people development sih.
Oke.
Besides the job fair, the Manpower Ministry also provides interesting activities such as job counseling, self-assessment, seminars, and talk shows. The fair is free and it is open to the public. See today contributor reporting from Jakarta.
All right, and we still have more enthusiast activities, especially happen here in Indonesia. The event that travel enthusiasts especially might not want to miss. I'm gonna share the information about the 2022 Garuda Travel Fair, which is taking place at the Indonesia Exhibition Center in BSD City, Tangerang. I'm one of the queuers.
Right, she is, where the Indonesian tourism sector can rely on domestic visitors to increase revenue, as the country is home to 230 million people.
At least 40,000 tickets to various destinations are available during the event, with discounts as high as 80%. Not just that, tickets bought in the event are good until October next year. Woohoo! The event is taking place at the Indonesia Exhibition Center in BSD City, Tangerang, South Tangerang, until Sunday, October the 30th, which is today.
State-owned Enterprises Minister Erick Thohir, Garuda CEO Irfan Saputra, and Bank Mandiri CEO Darmawan Junaidi also attended the opening day of the event.
Kita ini total penduduknya 273 juta, salah satu yang terbesar di dunia. Artinya apa? Ini market yang sangat besar. Makanya semua berlomba-lomba menarik untuk kita ke luar negeri. Boleh, saya bilang nggak masalah kok. Tapi kan yang kita mesti mengetuk hati kita pada saat COVID, ya kita bergotong royong menyelamatkan negeri ini. Akhirnya ekonomi kita tumbuh 5%. Nah, jangan sesudah COVID semua lupa diri. Masih banyak masyarakat kita yang memerlukan dorongan pertumbuhan ekonomi. Nah, karena itu saya bilang, kalau dapat bonus, udah nabung, boleh keluar negeri sekali, tapi di Indonesia 2, gitu. Jangan kebalik.
Okay, noted.
Noted, Mr. Erick Thohir. Once you go another country, but you have to vacation on Indonesia.
Yeah. All right. Now, so I have to buy like 3.
Go,
Three destinations. All right. Speaking about Indonesian beauty, speaking about Indonesian nature of beauty, the 2020 Indonesian Financial Group, or IFG, Labuan Bajo Marathon was recently conducted in West Manggarai Regency, East Nusa Tenggara, and features a canoe rowing competition.
Ooh, sounds so good. And the event draws 1,200 participants from within the country and abroad. Let's take a look.
For the first time, a sport tourism competition concept for rowing and marathon was held in Labuan Bajo, West Manggarai Regency, East Nusa Tenggara on Saturday, October 2022. 1,200 local and international participants took part in the event. The competition was sponsored by the Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry Insurance and Indonesia Financial Group, or IFG. The participants were divided into 6 categories, such as marathon, half marathon, 10 kilometers, 5 kilometers, Ekiden, and Kids Dash. Labuan Bajo was chosen as the location as it has high potential in sports tourism, which combines tourism and sports.
Treknya tentunya memang menantang karena untuk half marathon dan marathon itu mulai masuk kilometer 15 itu dipenuhi dengan trek turunan dan tanjakan terjal. Tapi kalau kami lihat peserta semuanya itu senang ya. Kami terima kasih pada panitia menyelenggarakan lomba ini, IO-nya, karena berjalan dengan baik. Kita akan berkoordinasi dengan Kementerian BUMN lagi, ya, dengan teman-teman di Kementerian BUMN untuk yang pertama memastikan ini akan jalan lagi ya. Nanti akan jalan lagi untuk kali keduanya. Termasuk event dayung kemarin yang sudah kita jalankan juga.
Through this event, it is hoped that the IFG Labuan Bajo Marathon can create excellent athletes from East Nusa Tenggara Province.
Untuk ajang maraton ini juga mudah-mudahan tahun depan bisa ini lagi lah supaya peminatnya lebih banyak lagi. Mungkin sekarang kan cuma sedikit ya. Mudah-mudahan tahun depan atlet-atlet yang dari luar, atlet-atlet nasional bisa hadir.
Aside from marathon, canoe rowing competition also enlivened the 2022 IFG Labuan Bajo Marathon. The event aims to boost the local economy, which is in line with the sport tourism concept. See today contemporary reporting from West Manggarai, East Nusa Tenggara.
Nice, rowing competition. Just watch your biceps. Train your biceps, guys. All right, after the break, Rangga is set to bring you some sports updates. What you have for us today, Rangga?
Yes, thank you, Shafira. So today we have updates from the world of basketball, badminton, tennis, and cricket. All that to come when we return on the C Morning Show, only on C Today.
What makes a new place feels like home? I always believe it's about the people and the community. I love the tomato sauce. This is what I always say, the dish of signature. And food often the best way to connect them all. Ooh, this one really good.
Restaurants, for me, is the beating heart of a city. That is why I love exploring new places. Follow me while I'm visiting the most exciting eating places around cities only on C Indonesia.
Lagi bersama saya Imam Darto di Ngonten ngobrolin tentang Nusantara. Hap, hap. Weh, nggak banyak-banyak, Neng. Santai aja, lapar situ. Orang Malang ya?
Iya, Malang.
Oh, Malang.
Arek ngalam.
Oke, bisa baca bahasa ngalam?
Bisa.
Coba.
Matur suwun.
Wah, cuma segitu saja.
Ya, dia MD.
MD-nya ada panjangnya tuh. Apa tuh? My Dream.
Jadi gourmet itu sebenarnya kayak makanan yang nggak bisa sembarangan nyajiinnya.
Oh, gourmet itu ya, karena plating jadi salah satu kuncinya tuh.
Arancini nasi kotak.
Ini.
Oh, ini diangkat nih kesediaan.
Ooh, that looks delicious. Stray, look at that.
Look at that.
That is your gourmet meal.
On football's greatest stage, the gods of the game have earned their encore. Pelé, Beckenbauer, Cruyff, Maradona. It's the cup of hope. The cup of dreams. It's football's biggest prize on the greatest stage of all.
Hello and a very good afternoon to to all of you. And for the next few hours, we'll bring you the latest from Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and around the world.
With more of a whisper than a resounding clang, Greece has shed another restriction, dating back to its painful financial bailout.
Schools in Demak Regency in Central Java have become Taito alba owls conservationists. These barn owls are considered friends with farmers as they can help to prey on rats in rice fields.
Welcome back to T Morning Show, everyone. And as promised, this is updates from the world of sports. Let's start with Mikal Bridges scored season-high 27 points, while Devin Booker added another 16 points as the Phoenix Suns beat New Orleans Pelicans 124-111 on yesterday.
Yet to lose at home early in the season, now facing C.J. McCollum. They're 3-1 as he overreacts to the first few weeks. I saw a headline as Ayton misses the jumper and he holds his left ankle.
Although the usual scorers of the Phoenix Suns were relatively unproductive, they were saved by Bridges and some of their bench warmers. Torrey Craig finished the game with 13 points, while Cameron Payne added another 12 points, and Bismack Biyombo scored 11 points with 13 rebounds. Bridges netted 10 of 13 shots from the field, including 3 out of 5 three-pointers. Meanwhile, Jonas Valanciunas scored the most for their Pelicans with 25 points and 10 rebounds. New Orleans were missing some of their best players due to injuries, including forwards Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram.
Jumper from Booker. Effective and efficient. McCollum, Valanciunas with the flush.
Chinese Taipei shuttlers Lu Qingyao and Yang Po-han beat their English counterparts Ben Lane and Sean Vendy 21-15, 21-14 in the French Open. Their victory has earned them a spot at the men's doubles final. The Chinese Taipei pair, who occupied the 20th position in world standings, were struggling to match the pace of their English opponents, who ranked 9 places below them. However, Yao and Han managed to beat Lane and Vendy to advance to the French Open final, where they will face Indian pair Satwik Siraj Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty. Now, next up, top seed Victor Axelsen has secured his spot at the French Open men's singles final, scheduled for Sunday. The Danish Olympic champion played at the peak of his game when he faced his Japanese counterpart Kodai Naraoka. The Japanese battled bravely, but still went down 21-12 and 21-18. Meanwhile, an upset took place in women's singles division as Taiwanese shuttler Tsu Ying-tai was strangely out of form and lost to Bingjiao He of China 21-15, 21-10 in 37 minutes. Next up, Hayden Wild was crowned Men's Super League Triathlon champion after finishing third behind winner Matt Hauser and Johnny Brownlee at the season's grand finale in Neom, Saudi Arabia on Saturday. Wildy headed into round 5 with a healthy lead following 3 earlier victories and a podium finish in the enduro event. His performance has propelled him 13 points ahead of Hauser at the final standings. The Super League title may offer some consolation for Wild, following his disappointing performance last season when he finished as runner-up behind Alex Yee. Georgia Taylor Brown has successfully defended her Women's Super League Triathlon title by winning the season grand finale in Naomi, Saudi Arabia on Saturday. Taylor Brown was ahead of the competition for much of the enduro event. She also surged to victory in the final meters to an all-British podium alongside Sophie Caldwell and Beth Potter. A third victory from season's 5 rounds saw Taylor Brown finish 6 points clear of American Tyler Spivey.
I'm just so happy to come out on top. I was just like, you never know what to expect with Super League. It's always changing, and sometimes it's just pure luck. So I've kept my head down, and I can honestly say that I've given every single race my all.
Glenn Phillips' century and Trent Bolt's ball masterclass launched New Zealand to a 65-run victory over Sri Lanka. This cemented their spot at the top of Group 1 in the T20 World Cup. Phillips made 104 and was a lone hand as New Zealand recovered from the loss of early wickets to post a total of 167 for 7 in Sydney, and Sri Lanka would have claimed the top spot of Group 1 if they snatched victory, but were blown away with 4 wickets. Instead, they fell inside the power play as they stumbled to 102 all out. Next up in tennis now, Denis Shapovalov of Canada advances to the ATP 500 Vienna Open final after beating his Croatian opponent Borna Coric 7-6, 6-0 on Saturday. The world number 19 won 95% of his first serve, hitting 26 winners and putting down 7 aces. This victory means Shapovalov will now face top seed and world number 4, Daniil Medvedev, on Sunday for a chance to win his second career title. Danish teen Holger Rune has reached his 3rd consecutive ATP Tour final after beating Roberto Bautista Agut in the 2022 Swiss Indoors Championship on Saturday. Rune bounced back from a 6-2 deficit in the second set tiebreak and gained 6 points in a row to beat Bautista Agut 7-6 and 7-6 in just over 2 hours. After securing the Stockholm Championship trophy last week, Rune is currently enjoying a 9-match winning streak. Aside from that, he also reached the final of Sofia Championship earlier this month and has won 13 of his last 14 matches. This victory ensures Rune a spot in the world's top 20 list next week, and the Dane currently occupies number 18 in the live rankings and can rise to number 16 if he wins the title. So, after the break, we'll find out about fingerboarding with Banki Praditya, so stay with us on the C Morning Show, only on C Today.
Lagi bersama saya Imam Darto di Ngonten ngobrolin tentang Nusantara. Hap, hap. Wih, jangan banyak-banyak, Neng. Santai aja lah, persitu. Orang Malang ya?
Iya, Malang.
Oh, Malang.
Arek ngalam.
Oke, bisa baca bahasa ngalam?
Bisa.
Coba.
Matur suwun.
Wah, cuma segitu saja.
Ya, dia MD. MD-nya ada panjangannya tuh.
Apa tuh?
My Dream.
On football's greatest stage, the gods of the game have earned their encore. Pelé, Beckenbauer, Cruyff, Maradona. It's the cup of hope. The cup of dreams. It's football's biggest prize on the greatest stage of all.
In this episode, we will explore the potential of Klaten Regency Central Java, where God blesses the city with the natural resources. Come see the beauty only on C Indonesia!
What makes a new place feels like home? I always believe it's about the people and the community. I love the tomato sauce. This is what I always say, the dish of signature. And food often the best way to connect them all. Ooh, this one really good.
Restaurants, for me, is the beating heart of a city. That is why I love exploring new places. Follow me while I'm visiting the most exciting eating places around cities only on Sea Indonesia.
Yeah, Chef Fanny, right?
Yes, she is the one. Jadi gourmet itu sebenarnya kayak makanan yang nggak bisa sembarangan nyajiinnya.
Oh, gourmet
membayangkan.
itu ya, karena plating jadi salah satu kuncinya tuh.
Arancini nasi kotak.
Arancini.
Oh, ini diangkat nih kesian.
Ooh, that looks delicious. Stray, look at that.
Look at that.
That is your gourmet meal.
Hello and a very good afternoon to all of you. And for the next few hours, we'll bring you the latest from Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and around the world.
With more of a whisper than a resounding clang, Greece has shed another restriction dating back to its painful financial bailout years.
Schools in Demaku Gymnasium. High-toe alba owls conservationist. These barn owls are considered friends with farmers as they can help to prey on rats in rice fields.
Welcome back to everyone on this today's Sunday edition of Sea Morning Show. Still with me, Ranga, and my colleague here. Christy. We have now, hi Christy. We have now here somebody with us in the studio where he is going to be performing something, he's going to be showing you guys something, but this is going to be very, very interesting.
Yes,
before
of
we
course.
go further. Yeah, many of us might still be familiar with the skateboarding, but did you know that there is a mini version of the skateboard? It's called fingerboard skate. It's used with two fingers and is still widely enjoyed by many across Indonesia.
Yes, and just like the skateboard, a good fingerboarder can show off some unique tricks which are inspired by actual tricks performed on the skateboard.
Aside from active entertainment, fingerboard skates can also be used as a form of collectible.
And without further ado, let's welcome fingerboarder Bungki Pradetya live on studio. Good morning, Bungki.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Sea Morning Show, and
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
because you already changed our decks to the skateboard track.
Yes, became fingerboard park.
Okay, so first of all, can you tell us more about the fingerboard? Because yes, we know we play, maybe some of people playing a skateboard, and when we're talking about a fingerboard, it means that you have to using your finger. So how's the market and how's the user of a fingerboard in Indonesia?
All right, so basically fingerboard is, if we want to describe fingerboard, it's as simple as a mini scale of skateboarding.
Yes, of course.
And the fingerboard itself came first as a keychain at first. Believe it or not, it's just a simple keychain that used by skater. But some of them, like they put some parts on it, like the wheels, the trucks.
Yes.
And they managed to play it before they play skateboarding, and then they play those fingerboards.
That's the history of a fingerboard. Oh no, from the keychain.
Yeah, when we were younger, on keychains, on bags, school bags, and all that. So that's how it got started.
Yeah, it's so good, right, Ranga?
Yes.
You turned it into this.
Yes.
Now, what about you? How did you get into, added into
Well, I also play skateboard at elementary to mid junior high. Then after that, well, when we used to find our identity at that time, I let go of the skateboarding, and then I met this fingerboard maybe in my junior year at college.
Okay.
And then I have a good feeling about skateboard at first, and I still look up to skateboard culture. But then I tried to play this. At first, it was frustrating, so much frustrating, because it's so hard to do it with fingers.
Yes.
Then, after one trick, another trick to another tricks, then it all came to me, and it became easy for me to play it also.
Wow.
Then it get here where I stand with both.
So before we're talking about the tricks, it's so interesting that you as skateboarders also say that at the first time it's very hard to jump in. So what makes you fall in love with the fingerboard?
So the thing is, with fingerboard, I can nail many tricks that I can do it in skateboard.
Right, okay.
Because in skateboard, maybe we like to think the race.
Yeah, the race for your body, right?
The race for our body, health, and we have to think about hospital and then anything else. But with this, I think it's more simple, and I can make those skateboard tricks like the professional in United States. So I can just manage to land it on fingerboard.
So that's what makes you turn from the skateboarders to the fingerboarders.
Yes.
Exactly. So are you a professional skateboarder by any chance?
I hope so.
Okay, great. You still have that aspiration to be one.
I hope
You can
so.
feel it.
At that time, I hope so. But yeah, back again, if I have to think about the race, I'll think, well, I'll stick to fingerboard.
Okay, so let's talk about the tricks. One thing that makes you love the fingerboard is when you can turn your tricks on the skateboard into the fingerboard with the very small breaks, right?
Yes.
So there is a different tricks between the skateboarders and the fingerboard, or there is a similarity about it?
Basically, there's no difference at all with skateboarding.
Okay.
So all the techniques, all the basic tricks, it's all the same that we did on fingerboard. It's all the same thing, and it's all the same tricks that we use in fingerboard also. So there's no difference with the skateboard tricks.
It's so interesting, right? Because again, when you are the skateboarders, the tricks you use it with your body, which is with the fingerboard, with the mini version, you have to deal with it and still with the same trick.
You still have to practice it though.
Oh yeah,
of
definitely.
course, right? Yeah. Okay.
It took me like a year to to make it normal to play this. But sometimes kids nowadays, like, they just play it for 3 months and then they can do what I did.
Oh,
wow.
Many years.
Right.
It's this
Don't
thing
mention
crazy.
it that you are old. It's okay, Monkey. It's okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So we want to know about your collection because we're doing it on our decks today. And again, our working decks is already being a track. Can you mention the collection of your fingerboard that you bring at the studio right now?
Yeah, what I bring today is maybe many people knows about tech deck because still until this day, when I play this like in cafe or a restaurant, people still to say that, oh, you play tech decks. No, I'm sorry, but this fingerboard, tech deck is a brand and fingerboard is the object. So many people still thought that we play tech decks.
It's about the Lego, right?
Yeah.
It's similar.
Like that, And then I bring some fingerboard collection too. This from local brand. So in Indonesia, we already have the industry on it. So the industry is also big. Then many people from outside Indonesia already know about our industry. And yeah, that's about it. And like this Rainwood, it's my sponsor, sponsor brand. It's from Bogor.
Okay.
So obvious about rain and Bogor.
Nice.
And that's about it. And this, like the obstacle, also handmade product by
handmade.
Indonesian people.
So later on, me and Ranga will try to use the skateboard. But I'm just curious about the market and the community because you mentioned that. Binga is already have the community and which is it's so big. Tell us more about that.
So the community start on 2008. Yeah.
All right.
So it's been like more than 10 years.
Yes, it's 14 years actually.
Yes.
Yeah, and then?
And then the community grows within the year. And sadly to say this, but on COVID, the scene grew bigger than ever.
Oh wow!
Yes,
really?
During the pandemic.
Yeah, because people search for hobbies and activities.
New hobbies and
then,
activities.
Maybe they see fingerboard as a thing, and we in the community see how big the people that interest in fingerboards, and yeah, that's about it. Like we have like tiny kids playing fingerboard, and they master the tricks in like 1 or 2 months.
How old is the youngest member on your community?
I think the ones that are like 11 years old.
Oh,
11 years old. So it becomes a hobby, or is it going to be something, do you think that this is going to be something that's going to go international?
Well, I think that's my hope, maybe.
Okay.
That's my hope. But yeah, in this community, we have also like me. I have a brand that sponsored me, and we call them as a riders, so they represent the brand to play fingerboard. And I hope one day they will be like young riders at this age, like 11, 12, to represent the brand and represent when there is competition inside in Indonesia or outside of Indonesia.
So I think it's gonna be so fun and interesting if me and Ranga trying
you
to.
should. Yes,
you want to see how bad we are.
You should try it.
Fingerboard. So please teach us.
Let's see what we can do.
Please choose the right one for me and Ranga and teach us the very, very simple tricks about the fingerboard because
simple yet
we are
embarrassing.
not experts.
Yeah?
So you could select one.
Okay. Maybe it's fit in with your outfit,
Okay,
so
good.
it's mine.
Yeah, it's
okay,
the
black one, it's mine.
Okay, good.
This is the things that I always taught to the
newbie.
Yes. you could say newbies. So
for first timers, it's fine.
Yes, first timers. So basically, we have to do an ollie.
Sorry?
Ollie?
Ollie.
Ollie.
Yeah.
So how is
the,
ollie?
It's the basic
The
trick.
basic
in
trick,
skate,
yeah?
Okay.
It's like jump the board from the ground.
Okay.
Okay. There is a special placement in the skateboard, or we just can try it comfortable?
Yeah, you should feel the comfortable in the
Okay.
board. So make your fingers comfortable as possible.
As possible.
And then you do like this.
Oh.
Okay, Ranga, you do it first.
That thing stuck on his fingers. Wait, what?
No, cannot.
maybe I can-
What is that? What is the trick?
Maybe I can-
What is the trick?
Like that. You pop the board.
How do you pop the back?
No, it's so hard.
You pop the board. Yeah, you pop the tail. This is the tail. This is the nose.
Okay.
So you pop. You like. If I didn't do it with my board, it's like you flick your middle finger, so the tail will pop. Yes, just like.
You know what? Right now, I just need glue on my hand.
Right?
So it's gonna be.
That thing stuck on his finger.
Yeah.
Dude, like
It's so hard.
Many people said use some tape or something on your
yeah,
finger.
that's what it looked like.
There's a
Mine
technique
won't
on
go
It's not.
airborne.
It's not as simple as we think about it. You know.
I mean,
That's
I can
why
feel
I
the
told
back.
You need 1 year.
Yes. It took me a year to like master those
So
basic
are you
tricks.
saying we're going to do this for the next 365 days?
I don't know. I don't know about it, Ranga. So if we fail on the basic, maybe there is another trick.
So if you
this is the
can
basic.
pop the board or the decks, it's so hard to play it.
Oh,
Do it again,
Because
please.
all the fundamental like the kickflip.
Oh, look that.
Sorry.
So if you can pop your boards, you can go to the obstacle like this.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And
man.
you,
Can't
like,
imagine we're doing this with real
manage
board.
No, you didn't pop it. You didn't pop it.
Do it again. I want to see that.
You know, ladies always find a way to do it, although it's getting
Find a
wrong.
shortcut. Yeah, you always find a shortcut.
Yeah.
Oh my. Let me see.
Come on, dude, it's so hard. It's so hard. It's really hard.
What can I do with this? Bunky, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe Ranga, you should try it.
Wait. Let me see.
Go Ranga, go Ranga, go. Go Ranga, go Ranga, go.
Just flick the board. So
Flick.
Okay,
Flick. But
maybe.
it doesn't
the
airborne.
tips for it, I have some tips. You use your forearm and you put your deck like this. And you manage to bring your decks like this and back again to your forearm.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Okay, it's simpler.
Yeah, it's managed to your finger to get used to the board. So just follow the board.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
After you do this, and many people said that we used to make the board go backwards. And with those fundamentals, you like flick the board to like this.
You know what's funny? Every time I'm trying to get the board to flip,
Yeah.
I'm actually flipping myself.
Yeah.
I'm going this way.
Yeah.
It's not.
I think it's gonna be work for us?
Many people try and they jump themselves.
Okay. Bunky, maybe it's not fit in with our first time.
Yes.
We need more time to do it.
Yep.
But
Definitely
can you show us not only the basic, but your skills?
Yeah.
Especially when you mix a lot of tricks so you can blowing our mind.
Okay, so basically I just use this line.
All right.
The line. Right.
Ooh. Ooh. Careful, it's fine. Oh.
So sleepy.
It's okay.
Oops. Oh.
Again. Do
It's
that last
okay.
one again.
Even the master still fail at the same times.
Yeah, because so many like the obstacle doesn't work with the board or something. Many things that can make the tricks become harder.
You know, I get it.
Like that. So the obstacle, the board, the surfaces.
The surface.
Yes.
Yeah, this is probably new. Let's see it.
Ooh, with
Smooth.
one side.
Yeah.
8.
Aha, there you go.
Hey.
Something like
Give it a applause for Bunky, everyone.
You just needed some time to warm up, yeah?
Yeah. Rangga, I feel it's like learning of life. We have to be patient and we have to be focused.
Yes.
Even the master, the fingerboarder, still found an obstacle during doing it. So it's gonna be very special
And that's the thing. That's the special thing. That when you already master one trick or two tricks, but it just still have some obstacle on it.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, that was really, really fun. So maybe we want to know if there is any plans for the future, hopes.
Okay, for the plans, I think about the kids that I told you before. We have some campaign on this community, so we're concerned about today's kids that getting too attached to gadget.
Oh, it's a good movement, especially for the parents, right?
Yes. We really have to get them away from those.
We wanna introduce this hobby for them, for the kids, and giving their parents an option for fingerboard as their kids' hobby.
Yeah.
So we use hashtag like Ayo Main Fingerboard.
Oh, nice. On
Yes.
social media, Ayo Main Fingerboard.
Yes.
And then?
So we're gonna collect kids at this age, young age, for the futures to choose fingerboard as their hobby.
Wow, nice. Bunky, I just want to ask you, is there any competition for the skateboarders or the fingerboarders actually?
Yes, there's so many competition like in big city like tomorrow in mid-November there will be a competition in Bekasi.
Oh, okay.
And also in Medan. So yeah.
Oh.
And there is also a competition that go national, but it's like 2 or 3 years once. And many competition is just go local.
So there's also some
so
type of academies then for everyone to go and practice.
Yes, there's a time for people to manage their skill, training, and prepare. Because what I can tell you that it's not just the skill that you have to improve, it's also the mental. Because if you play around people, so many people, and like the crowd, you will shake your hands.
Yeah, it's shaking.
Yeah,
It's somebody.
Same thing.
Same thing. So again, Bunky, thank you so much for spending your morning with us, and thank you for showing us the cool tricks. And it's
showing us
just
that we
easy.
suck.
No, we just first time, Rangga. It's okay. And of course, good luck for the journey with your community and your career as a fingerboarder.
Okay.
All right. Well, everyone, that is up with Bunky and his fingerboard story, but don't you go anywhere. It's time for another break. When we return, we'll bring you more updates from around the world. Stay tuned with us on C Morning Shows on C Today.
Yeah, thank you, Bunky.
Iya, gue takut gendut.
Maksudnya lo tadi muntahinnya sengaja?
Mati aja gue asli.
Nggak boleh ngomong kayak gitu.
Asli lo gak gendut? Ayo nggak?
Kayaknya dia bulimia deh, Mbak.
Kendorkan perlahan-lahan.
Tulong Agung is a small city that stores many varieties of culture and culture based on local wisdom. The people of Tulong Agung in general have a culture or tradition that is passed down from generation to generation. One of them is the ancestral heritage of coffee. Coffee is not an original commodity from Tulong Agung Regency, but Tulong Agung typical coffee is part of the heritage in the era of the Dutch colonial.
Welcome back to Theory of Everything. We will round out some of the biggest or craziest theories that have been circulating around the web and then stuck on your head, such as fan theories that audiences have about movies, shows, comics, or anything really. When the initial trailer for Doctor Strange 2, it was clear Wanda Maximoff held a prominent role in the film, though whether she'd play friend or foe to Benedict Cumberbatch lead remain in question.
Kulit itu untuk jadi jaket paling butuh 1 ekor atau 2 ekor domba. Ternyata setelah saya terjun di industri ini, saya baru tahu bahwa untuk membuat sebuah jaket kulit saja itu setidaknya membutuhkan sampai 4 ekor domba.
Lakukan aja yang bisa kita lakukan, hal sekecil apapun gitu yang bisa kita lakukan, ya lakukan saja gitu. Jangan sampai harus nunggu dulu, tapi lakukan aja hal sekecil apapun gitu.
Longing for a short getaway where you can be away from people but still be productive?
You can! Come down here at Bidadari Island where you can learn a thing or two about the history.
This paradise island is more than just white sands and Tuscan blue waters.
You're not an outdoorsy type? Well, so am I. Don't be dismissive of the idea because
we're gonna get in touch with nature and hopefully have fun while at it. See the beauty only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty only on See Indonesia.
Hello and a very good afternoon to all of you. And for the next few hours, we'll bring you the latest from Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and around the world.
With more of a whisper than a resounding clang, Greece has shed another restriction, dating back to its painful financial bailout.
Schools in Demak Regency in Central Java have become Taito Alba owls conservationists. These barn owls are considered friends with farmers as they can help to prey on rats in rice fields.
Welcome back to the C Morning Show. Now I'm going to give you some recap from what happened in the world. The first information is from South Korea, where at least 146 and now it's become 149 people were killed and 550 were injured after they were crushed by a large crowd on a narrow street. This tragedy took place during Halloween celebrations in Seoul, South Korea. According to Seoul Yongsan Fire Department Chief Choi Song-byum, the death toll can still rise while an unspecified number of the injured are in critical condition. He added that most bodies have been transferred to hospitals while some of the other deceased were brought to a nearby gym for identification. According to officials, the victims were crushed to death when a large crowd made its way at a narrow alley near Hamilton Hotel, which is a major party venue in Seoul. And then 2 car bombs went off on Saturday at a bus junction near key government offices in Mogadishu, Somalia, killing multiple civilians, including children. The recent attack took place 5 years following a massive blast at the same exact location. The blast took place when the Somali President, Prime Minister, and other senior officials convened to discuss measures against violent extremism. The Somali government has been targeting the Al-Shabaab terror group, which is affiliated with Al-Qaeda. No one has come forward to claim responsibility for the attack, but bodies litter the blast scene as they appear to be civilians who travel on public transport. The second blast took place in front of a busy restaurant during lunchtime, damaging tuk-tuks and other vehicles in the area. Following the attack, the Amin ambulance service said they transported at least 35 wounded individuals to receive medical treatment. The blast occurred at the Zobe Junction, which was also the scene of another attack launched by Al-Shabaab in 2017, which claimed over 500 lives. Tropical storm Nalgae slammed into the Philippines on Saturday after causing flash floods on landslides that claim at least 50 lives. Unfortunately, the death toll is predicted to keep rising since around 60 individuals remain missing and buried beneath mud, rocks, and trees.
A total of 280 homes were reportedly damaged as Tropical Storm Nalgae hit southern Philippines on Thursday. Heavy rains triggered by the approaching storm inundated mostly rural areas in Mindanao, followed by landslides and floods. According to Naguib Sinawimbo, Interior Minister for the 5-province Muslim Autonomous Region, up to 60 people at the tribal village of Kusyong are possibly missing or buried under debris and mudslides. Meanwhile, rescuers are still trying to retrieve bodies from landslide areas. As a result, 11 bodies, mostly of children, were found in Kusyong on Friday. According to a Philippine official, the disaster claimed at least 50 lives so far. Unfortunately, the death toll has been predicted to keep rising, as many are still missing or possibly buried beneath mud. Meanwhile, State Weather Service Pag-asa hoisted signal number 3 over Metro Manila and 8 other areas as the storm may arrive in the capital and nearby provinces on Saturday. In response, more than 7,000 residents have been proactively evacuated from the storm's path. However, Tropical Storm Nalgae is yet to be expected to morph to a typhoon as it makes landfall. Additionally, the Coast Guard has also suspended ferry services through most of the Philippines.
Now we move on to China, where nearly 20,000 fossilized dinosaur eggs have been displayed at the Heiyuan Dinosaur Museum in China after they were found in 1996. The museum won the Guinness World Record in November 2004 for keeping the world's largest fossilized dinosaur egg collection, numbering 10,008 eggs. They all come in various lengths, sizes, and shapes, making them highly valuable for scientific research. The eggs have also been estimated to be capable for forming a detailed physical basis for scientific research. This will in turn be utilized to reveal Guangdong's geological environment and study its biodiversity. As an added information, the effort to repair a nest containing dinosaur eggs often takes a group of workers around several months to 3 years to complete. The resident of Masaya City in southern Nicaragua put on terrifying disguises on Friday night to celebrate the Los Aguizotes Carnival. The event has been held annually since the mid-20th century to honor San Jeronimo, the city's patron saint. The Festival of Myths and Legends brings together Nicaragua's most popular ancestor figures on the last Friday of October. Those who attend the festival make scary faces to scare hundreds of domestic and foreign visitors who arrive to take part or witness the unique event. The word Aguizote comes from the Nahuatl language. Agui stands for water, while zote means fright, as much aguizotes mean fright near water. The Los Aguizotes Carnival is celebrated as part of the festivities to honor San Jeronimo, the patron saint of Masaya, since 1976.
No, no es Halloween. Esto es los aguizotes. Nosotros celebramos los aguizotes, una tradición muy masaya, muy de las fiestas patronales de San Jerónimo.
Ha sido unas tradiciones que se dan como burla de los antepasados. Entonces en Nicaragua se ha acoplado pues a diferentes personajes, tanto como mexicanos como en otros lugares que se pueden disfrazarse y también en las partes de las películas que están en las actualidades.
From Nicaragua, now we move to Switzerland, where railway company, Swiss Railway Company, has claimed the record for the world's longest passenger train, which traverses one of the most scenic tracks across the Alps. The train spans for 1.9 kilometers and belongs to the Eurasian Railway Company. It is composed of 100 coaches and travels across the Albula-Bernina route from Preda to Burgund. The route was designated as a UNESCO World Heritage in 2008 and passes through 22 tunnels as well as 48 bridges. The route also takes the train over the scenic Landweser Viaduct. The line takes more than an hour to traverse. Meanwhile, rail enthusiasts flock to the valley to admire the train's 25 sections as it made its way 25 kilometers through the Alps. Eurasian Railway Director Renato Fasciati said that the record attempt was intended to highlight some of Switzerland's engineering achievements. However, it was also made to celebrate 175 years of Swiss railway history. From Switzerland, now we're moving back to Southeast Asia, where the renowned Bangkok Train Night Market has reopened in a new location following 2 years of the COVID-19 pandemic. The popular street food area has been renamed to Jod Fairs Bazaar and houses over 600 vendors. And let's take a look.
20 Night Market Wachada in Bangkok has reopened in a new venue. However, it still houses the same vendors who opened up shop in its previous location. The market is home to a wide variety of stalls, including street food, clothes, accessories, furniture, vintage items, and handicrafts. The popular street food location has been renamed to Jod Fairs Bazaar, following a 2-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It is currently located next to the Central Raman 9 shopping mall in Bangkok. It has been revamped as the new venue features open-air bars for visitors to hang out. More than 600 vendors set up shop at the market, which has been divided into 3 zones. The activity zone houses a stage and beautiful light installations, making it an Instagrammable tourist spot when not used for festivals. Meanwhile, the fashion zone is where all the latest trendy but affordable clothes, bags, and shoes can be found. And finally, those who seek culinary delights can make their way to the food zone, where a variety of Thai and foreign cuisine can be found. The Jod Fairs Bazaar opens every day from 4 p.m. until midnight.
Next segment, we're gonna have some chit-chat. For some of you who love to go through wrestling, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Lagi bersama saya Imam Darto di Ngonten ngobrolin tentang Nusantara. Hap, hap. Weh, jangan banyak-banyak, Neng. Santai aja, lapar situ. Orang Malang ya?
Iya, Malang.
Oh, Malang.
Arek ngalam.
Oke, bisa bahasa ngalam?
Bisa.
Coba.
Matur suwun.
Wah, cuma segitu saja.
Ya, dia MD. MD-nya ada panjangannya tuh.
Apa tuh?
My Dream.
On football's greatest stage, the gods of the game have earned their encore. Pelé, Beckenbauer, Cruyff, Maradona. It's the cup of hope. The cup of dreams. It's football's biggest prize on the greatest stage of all.
What makes a new place feel like home? I always believe it's about the people and the community. I love the tomato sauce. This is what I always say, the dish of signature. And food often the best way to connect them all. Ooh, this one really good.
Restaurants, for me, is the beating heart of a city. That is why I love exploring new places. Follow me while I'm visiting the most exciting eating places around cities only on Sea Indonesia.
Yeah, Chef Fanny, right?
Yes.
Oh my
Cheers.
God.
Jadi gourmet itu sebenarnya kayak makanan yang nggak bisa sembarangan nyajiinnya.
Oh, gourmet
membayangkan.
itu ya, karena plating jadi salah satu kuncinya tuh.
Arancini nasi kotak.
Arancini.
Oh, ini diangkat nih kasih aja.
Ooh, that looks delicious. Stray, look at that.
Look at that.
That is your gourmet meal.
Hello and a very good afternoon to all of you. And for the next few hours, we'll bring you the latest from Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and around the world.
With more of a whisper than a resounding clang, Greece has shed another restriction, dating back to its painful financial bailout years.
Schools in Demak Museum Central Java have become Taito Alba Owls conservationists. These barn owls are considered friends with farmers as they can help to prey on rats in rice fields.
When I... Get your shoulder in, get your shoulder... Okay, it's enough.
The more I love, the more I lose my control. I cannot do this.
No, I don't think I can either.
Oh
but
my God.
I know who can.
Oh, really?
I know who can.
Oh, wow.
They're right there.
Ah, because we have a guest.
Yes.
But you know what, Ranga? Many of us might agree that arm wrestling basically is a timeless sport, right?
Yep.
But can be done everywhere, every time. And this is because it typically just requires a table, right, like this,
sturdy.
or some other platform to rest the elbows. You know,
Yes.
like, you know, basically. This one
What we
is
just did.
quite comfortable.
This one's okay. And it's actually not that simple.
Yeah.
Many of us think that arm wrestling is all about strength, but it's actually not. First, a big body does not guarantee victory in arm wrestling. To seal the win, we need to have proper body movement, body positioning, and technique.
Aha, that's the thing. I also heard that to excel in arm wrestling requires years of training. The majority of this time will be dedicated to honing different techniques and the perfect body position.
Yep.
Ah, okay, the body position.
All right. So without further ado, let's dive deeper into the world of arm wrestling and welcome Mas Hafni Mansur Talib and Mas Amar Sharif right here on the studio.
Just going there. Hello,
Hi,
good
guys.
morning, guys.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming to our studio.
Happy to be here.
All right, since you guys are watching us doing the arm wrestling, from scale 1 to 10, what number can you give to us?
How did we do?
4.
What about you?
Below 5.
Thank you. That's kind.
Very honest one.
Still,
We love it.
that kind. All right. So we're going to talk more about arm wrestling because it's very fun, you know, to do sometimes. But some people, we don't know how to do it. So the thing is, what is the most important thing in arm wrestling that we can actually learn? And do we need to warm up before doing it or just hit it?
Yeah, we need to understand
the first important thing is this. Strong wrist and strong finger.
That's the most
okay.
So
the
there's no
wrist.
shoulder involvement or anything?
They got number 4 for shoulder for me.
Okay.
For me, number 1 is this.
Oh, so
this
your
one.
hand, basically, the fingers.
The wrist strength and then the finger strength.
Yeah.
And then the forearm.
Oh, how do we do the warm up for the wrist? And
For the warm up, you can do like holding like this, and then do that,
Oh, okay.
and then do like this in the table.
Right.
Not so much tension, but it's.
And then do rubber. With rubber.
The rubber.
With the rubber for the
okay.
shoulder to warm up.
Oh, okay. So we can use that as well.
How long does it normally take to warm up before you actually can be ready to arm wrestle?
5-8 minutes, but for safety, you should do.
For safety,
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And do you, I mean, for other sports, you do some light jogging, this and that. Do you still have to kind of do it for this type of?
Should be, but most of the time, people arm wrestlers may be lazy to do that. Should be.
Okay. All
It's a different kind of cardio. Cardio, in arm wrestling, cardio is only
static
in the hand.
Holding and then.
So basically, the preparation is basically the same with all the workout or the exercise, but there are some point that you have to train more.
No,
right?
a lot of different.
Okay.
A lot of different. Most of the movement like do pronation, do supination, very specific. Do flexion, do some rising. This is most of the time do in area around this, this.
Some details that
bicep,
you have to very pay attention.
Very
Okay,
detailed.
nice.
So we
Okay.
understand that you said now just the static kind of movement, but other big parts of the body
You need
involved.
strong shoulder. You need strong lats. You need
Lats.
strong back. Yeah.
Okay.
You need
chest as well.
chest.
Chest
You
too.
need a lot. You need bicep. You need forearm.
Okay.
But the specific thing we do is wrist and finger.
So the flexibility on your wrist still needs
strength
to,
of that.
This needs to be
Alright.
strengthened. It needs to be still flexible. Is that right?
Okay. And also we heard that arm wrestling without proper technique can lead to injury. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So can you show us what to do to avoid injury during to do the?
Should know how to do the arm wrestling. Arm wrestling, not pushing.
Oh.
The basic of arm wrestling, do pulling.
Yes.
That's why in outside, in America, and sometimes they call arm wrestling athlete as a puller. They call it a puller.
So it's actually a
basically
pulling movement, not a pushing.
Not a pushing.
Pulling towards your body.
Most of the time, people do pushing.
Right.
That's
Pressing.
when
In a
they-
glance, that's what we thought we would have to do, right? We have
Should
to
we do
push
pulling like
the other
this?
arm down, but it's actually not. We're pulling it into our
You're pulling
chest.
it, yes.
That's really interesting. I
Okay.
think I'm going to use that against you next
To pull my hands.
I'm going to pull it. Okay, good.
And what kind of movement or techniques are usually employed by people when arm wrestling? You know,
Basically,
like,
two
like this.
inside movement, do hook.
Hook.
Do hook inside.
Okay.
And then outside movement, they most of the time do pronation. They pull you outside and then
That's
most. That's the easiest way.
That's the easiest and the
Pronation is
safest.
the most safest.
Okay.
And the most easy, for beginners, top roll or pronation is the
basic,
the
yeah.
basic,
Okay.
most safe technique.
How long you've been training for the arm wrestling, and why you are interested to learn more about?
Can you tell?
I'm training
Arm
from I'm 23. Now I'm 37.
It's quite,
so it's quite a
some
long
time.
journey.
Exactly.
Yes,
10 plus years.
Right. And why? Why you want to do this? I mean, what is so good about arm wrestling?
In the beginning,
Yeah.
I feel I'm strong. Then I go compete there, and some skinny boys beat me.
Oh, really?
And then I learned. How come? I learned the technique. I become curious and learn and learn and learn and learn.
Oh, okay. Wow. So basically, it doesn't matter the body size and everything.
Size,
Basically, the matter is the technique.
Is the technique.
The matter is the strength of
The strength of the arm
of the-
itself.
Okay.
And then the
And
technique.
then the technique comes after.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
maybe can we get some kind of a demonstration?
Rangga,
you
you want to
interfere
build
on it?
one of them for us? Can we just?
Ready.
Can we
before we try, do we need a specific table to do wrestling?
Yes. For safety reasons, yes.
This is the specific table. all around the world do this standard table.
This one right here.
The height is 102. The height is 90.
Okay.
And then the depth, the depth is.
So there's a specific height for the
yes,
table too?
102.
Oh, okay.
So if somebody's somewhat shorter, is that going to be a problem then?
Still the same.
Still going to be this table
This
used.
table.
Oh, all right.
So you really have to have a certain height to be able to
It's
perform
international
standards.
For short guys, yeah, they can have a stance where they can.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Oh,
if
yeah.
not too tall, they have stands.
Because you mentioned earlier, one thing is that the wrestler have to pay attention is the body posture.
Yes.
Right? They have to pay attention for that. And as a professional arm wrestler, what sort of training do you take? Especially when you guys are having a tournament or everything. Can you please explain to us?
I can say not a professional, but a long time trainer. Professional.
Seasoned.
We got money from this. No, we got no money from this. Most of the time, we pick the event. I play, for me, used to be, I play 3 or 4 games in a year. I cannot compete a lot because it's too much. It's abusing.
Yes.
I cannot do much. I pick 1 or I pick 4 big events like that. I train very hard, and then until 1 week of the game, I rest.
You rest.
Oh.
You have to rest a week before. So how long does the training last normally to prepare for an event?
Most of the time, I'm half ready, and then like 1 month, 2 months, I'm gonna be.
Oh, that's quite a long
So what kind of
time.
training that you have to do to get ready for an event?
The same training that used to be, but maybe more hard, you know, more,
Does that mean
more intense.
you don't just do this every day though, even though you're training, right? You go to the gym,
I just
you hit
do
weights and all,
once
right?
in a week, table time.
Only
Then
once a
after
week?
that,
Once a week.
I do.
Because it's so much pressure.
Like
right?
weight train.
Yeah,
You really have to
it
be
improves your
careful.
bone as well.
Uh-huh.
So when there's a lot of tension in your bone, it heals a lot longer than your muscle.
Oh,
Experience
That's very
training
interesting.
muscles.
You only actually go to the table once a week.
For me, once a week is enough.
It's healthier.
it's
That's
healthier.
Some of them 3 times a week can.
Wow.
For me, no.
But I think that's gonna go along with the age, how you actually, how quick you can recover your
Yes.
bones and
Or are we
everything.
used to doing arm wrestling trainings at the table?
Oh wow. Okay, speaking about the arm wrestling, it's not well, it's quite popular because we saw it on the movie or something.
Oh yeah, easily
But
found
the
in
tournament
movies,
is
yes.
quite unfamiliar, especially for me, because I thought this one of the most challenging competition because it's one-on-one,
sport, yeah.
person to person. And what about the arm wrestling community here in Indonesia? Is that big or
quite big.
is it?
had a
If
little
it's big,
chat
what
before.
kind of activities are they offer or they have?
Quite big. So last time we make a competition, like 1 month ago, Fair International, they got 174 athletes to compete. 174.
Okay.
It's the record, the biggest one in Indonesia. 174. Quite big.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Is there
People
categories when you enter?
From everywhere coming, from Kalimantan, from
Yeah.
Sumatra, from...
You have categories when you have
Yes,
an
we
event
have
like that?
Categories, mostly in weight categories.
Okay. Okay. So it's like boxing, categories
Yes.
based by weight.
Based by
Oh,
weight.
okay.
So how many categories did you have?
Yeah.
In that game?
Yeah.
In that game, we have, in
Minus
Fair
70.
International, we have
Minus 70.
Minus
6 categories.
6 categories.
Minus 70, minus
Minus
85,
80,
and then open. And then
Open.
beginner minus 70, beginner minus 85, and then beginner open.
Oh,
There is beginner and pro.
85 plus kilograms
Okay.
of weight
how long for one game basically took?
to last.
Sometimes like 5 seconds, sometimes
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not a long combat, but
Right.
once you get into it and we have the same amount of power,
Right.
it could be long. It could
gonna
be
be
so
like a stalemate.
draining.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Oh wow.
sometimes 5 seconds, sometimes 2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes of just holding still like
Yeah.
this.
Oh, it's hard thing to do.
Imagine.
Back to back, back to back. It's
Oh
just
my
Back to back, defend and then counter attack.
Ah,
If I fight against him, yeah, it'll be like 1 second already.
No.
Is there any like special requirement? I'm getting interested.
You're getting
now.
into it now. Oh,
Is
man.
there any
Keep
special
going.
requirements for those who wants to join the community or well, someone's or people who have a basic
going into this, yeah.
training or something like that?
Just jump in.
Really?
No, everyone can just join, and then especially girls. There's not a lot
Especially girls.
of women do arm wrestling. We hope a lot
We
of.
hope there is a woman, so we can make the competition. Until now, there is only men.
Oh, really?
Okay. Dominated by a man.
In Europe, there's a lot of women athletes in just
Of
various
course. Because like what I said, Ranga, it's not quite popular, especially among girls, because we only watch it from the movie, but we also love to see it alive.
Yeah,
you know, in a live show, we really would like to see it.
Very
Exactly, it's very entertaining.
What's happening because it looks like there's really not much happening.
Exactly.
But, you know, after your explanation, everything is happening.
Yeah.
Inside, everything's happening.
It's pretty much like math. You got to think about the ways. It's like chess.
It's like chess.
Yeah,
it's
Once,
more like
if you go outside, I need to get inside. I need to prevent him to beat me. That's the main goal.
Sometimes you can watch, Amar play like this. So when I meet Amar, I'm gonna do this to handle Amar. Or Hafni play like this.
So you have strategies in your head too.
Basically,
when I meet Hafni, I'm gonna do this or this.
Okay.
Like in chess.
That's when technique comes in play. Front,
So basically, don't have to think about everything.
No,
just learn the techniques, right? And then just you can have that kind of wrestling. So I really want to watch it live right now. How about Ranga? You want to do it? With Ranga?
All right, let's see.
I'm good. Yeah, you can do it.
Okay. Ranga will be to
give me some pointers. Tell me what to do.
One of you.
Don't
All right.
embarrass me too much.
We have to watch it from afar.
So what do we do first?
We have to give him. We have to give this some space. No.
Sideways.
Okay.
Square up.
Go Ranga. Go Ranga. Go.
Left hand to the what's it called?
The handle here.
The handle here.
The handle.
So you do this? Or anywhere you want.
Me personally, I like to do it like this.
God. Yeah. This is some...
Okay. So now we grip up.
Oh my God.
What I usually tend to teach the beginners, we focus on the wrist.
So we go.
Yeah.
We
wrap our thumb like this, and then when you say ready go, firstly you want to do this.
Okay. So it's actually before everything else happens.
Before everything else happens, we need to control our opponent's hand.
Also the wrist.
It's called hand control.
So you already start fighting there before you start using your big muscles. Oh.
Don't forget, it's about pulling.
Yeah, it's about
pulling, right?
It's not about pulling.
Then, when you after you cup, it's the name of the other name of the wrist flexion is cupping. After that, I'm gonna do the technique called top roll, where I'm using my pronation muscle. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull back. I'm gonna drag my elbow back, pull back like this, and I'm gonna open your wrist.
Oh, I'm gonna lose power there.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
you're
the
right.
logic is
I'm not gonna have anything.
Yeah.
So much
Once
technique
your
then.
wrist is flexed.
Very technical.
Exactly.
Once your wrist is flexed, that's when your power is connected all the way from your fingers to your back and chest. But when your wrist is opened up like this, it's just, your power is not connected very well.
Yes.
You can beat me. You can beat me pretty easily like this.
Yeah, from here, from this position, I can just pound
once
you.
I
Like
flex
that?
my wrist, I'm
So the first, if I may, then the first fight starts right here. Oh my! So you really have to go fast.
Yeah.
When the bell rings, you just have to go like that.
just do that.
All right.
Oh my!
Okay.
We're not gonna do it. Don't get too excited.
Exactly. I'm waiting,
I'm gonna
guys.
let you do it now.
I'm waiting. Are
So,
we just
what
gonna
about feet
talk?
positioning? Feet positioning.
Your
Stay
right
square,
hand is
like that?
You focus on if you're doing right hand arm wrestling.
Right.
Your right leg should be right in front.
There. Okay.
Should be in front. You could put it here.
Right.
Maybe here or maybe like there.
Oh, you can go there too.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you can just
your right foot also
place it.
leads, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So you're right there.
Left foot behind, and then
that. Okay.
square your body.
All right. Square.
It's for safety reasons.
Right. Okay.
Then once you say ready go,
then I do that.
Yeah.
Wait. I do this, right?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay.
And then
Ready go.
You have to
then
twist
you
the wrist.
turn my
And then
palm
do
up.
that. So two
And then-
things.
Then you drop your body down.
This like that.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
So there's 3 movements. 1, 2, and then I go for the
That's
kill.
pretty much what I.
It's easy.
Really? All right, let's see.
All right, do your
Let's
30%.
see that.
Do your 30% effort.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna do 100%. You do 30% effort.
Okay.
All right. Who's gonna
All
say
right.
go? Are you gonna be the ref?
Yeah,
You
okay,
gonna be
okay,
the ref?
okay. All right,
All right, here we go.
All right.
Give me 1 second lead, okay? So I
Okay.
can break.
All right. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Oh,
Okay. Good job. Thank you very much.
You did pretty good though.
That's very helpful. Oh my God, I didn't know you had to do this and then you got to do that.
Yeah.
And I saw that you are implementing the technique. That is
Had
so
to.
good.
Otherwise, I
It's
wouldn't
natural. It's natural.
Exactly.
I wouldn't stand a chance, but that was really good. Next time I'm gonna have a fight like that.
Interesting,
be
right?
careful, whoever's standing in front
Oh,
of me.
that's
You need to be
amazing.
fast as well. You need to be.
Yeah, you're right. So
well.
there's like strategy, right? And then you also
Alright.
have to get.
Do you
some
want to
good
beat him
reactions.
as well? No, you want to try?
Ah, I
Please
must.
come here.
No, no, lah.
Please come. I would like to see you guys.
What about
doing
you
it.
guys?
Ah.
Kind of demonstrate a little bit. Let's see what's.
Woo.
It's gonna turn me down so easy.
Let me see.
Let me see. 5 seconds.
Uh-huh.
Not even
Oh, less than
No,
that.
I've been a long time. Let's go.
Good.
Oh my God! Look at the technique. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, so there's a body sway too. I see.
You see him?
See the
yeah,
body.
yeah.
See
So
the
it's
body.
coming-
And see the
when I
leg
do
as
this,
well.
I have option to do this
Or
I do this one.
put your
No
body weight.
pressing.
Hold your body weight.
Oh, so you can pull against your body or you just.
Yeah. So basically, you lock your opposite.
When-
All right.
Basically, when people like already open like this, there is many chance for Amar doing. Like if hard to Amar do pulling, he can do pressing or maybe hooking.
Yeah.
The most important thing for arm wrestling is strong flexion.
Yeah, the flexion, the
one.
beginning, yeah. That,
But there's like many debates which one's the most important, whether it's wrist flexion or whether it's bicep strength or pronation strength. But
for me, wrist flexion.
for him and
this one, because this one starts everything.
This one
Once you
starts
get it locked in,
control the game, you win.
exactly. So that's
Oh.
very
you
important.
disconnect your opponent's strength from their hand. It's just
Easy.
almost it's high
It's like
game over.
very high percentage to win.
Oh,
God.
wow.
That's
You
very
wanna learn more about arm
I'm just gonna
wrestling?
get all the information into here, and then I'm gonna try and find somebody that I can be messing up with.
It's fun, right?
See what happens.
It's fun.
No, it's very
it's
fun.
fun to learn.
When
but
you learn something new,
I
it's
don't
always
know
fun, you know?
to do
Especially
it.
when it's something like sports like this.
Yeah.
If you're into sports, this is something that you're gonna be very, oh wow, so this is what you do. 'Cause
Exactly.
When you see people
exactly.
wrestling, they're just going back and forth. You don't think there's any technique into it.
Very technical.
But please be safe because
yeah, you're right. You really have to be.
it's
It's risk.
for beginners.
It's quite
High risk sport. Yeah.
High risk.
Ah, okay.
Because in many like basketball, we injured our like ankles, but here we can break our arms.
Arms and everything, the posture
Yeah.
as well. So basically,
Especially
you have
if
to pay
you
attention.
We already get.
Yeah.
All
When you
right.
learn, it's safe. When you
Okay.
not learn, it's dangerous. I already did.
Yes. You got injured already.
Oh, okay, because of the wrestling. Nice.
Because arm wrestling.
Okay,
Without
thank
proper
you.
technique.
Without proper technique. That is the thing that we need to pay attention to do a lot of sport. The basic thing is that you have to really know
you gotta
how
know.
to do it right. Exactly. All right, guys, thank you so much for
Thank you very
coming
much.
to our studio.
Thank you so
we
much.
had
Thank you
so
for
much
coming.
fun. It's
Good
such
luck
a
with the
great
season.
opportunity
Thank
to
you.
learn
Thanks.
about arm wrestling.
Yeah.
Ooh, now I'm becoming more powerful.
Yeah. Women out there, just join the sport. Come on.
Yeah, we're gonna get people to join in.
Exactly.
You're right.
All right, we're up for another short break. In the meantime, don't forget to follow our social media accounts. If you haven't already, we're on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at See Today News. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Come on, beat me.
Iya, gue takut gendut.
Maksudnya lo tadi muntahinnya sengaja?
Mati aja gue asli.
Nggak boleh ngomong kayak gitu.
Asli lo gak gendut? Ayo lah.
Kayaknya dia bulimia deh, Mbak.
Kendorkan perlahan-lahan.
Tulung Agung is a small city that stores many varieties of culture and culture based on local wisdom. The people of Tulung Agung in general have a culture or tradition that is passed down from generation to generation. One of them is the ancestral heritage of coffee. Coffee is not an original commodity from Tulung Agung Regency. But Tulung Agung typical coffee is part of the heritage in the era of the Dutch colonial.
Welcome back to Theory of Everything. We will round out some of the biggest or craziest theories that have been circulating around the web and then stuck on your head, such as fan theories that audiences have about movies, shows, comics, or anything really. When the initial trailer for Doctor Strange 2, it was clear Wanda Maximoff held a prominent role in the film, though whether she'd play friend or foe to Benedict Cumberbatch lead remain in question.
Kulit itu untuk jadi jaket paling butuh 1 ekor atau 2 ekor domba. Ternyata setelah saya terjun di industri ini, saya baru tahu bahwa untuk membuat sebuah jaket kulit saja itu setidaknya membutuhkan sampai 4 ekor domba.
Lakukan aja yang bisa kita lakukan, hal sekecil apapun gitu yang bisa kita lakukan, ya lakukan saja gitu. Jangan sampai harus nunggu dulu, tapi lakukan aja hal sekecil apapun gitu.
Longing for a short getaway where you can be away from people but still be productive?
You can! Come down here at Bidadari Island where you can learn a thing or two about the history.
This paradise island is more than just white sands and Tuscan blue waters.
You're not an outdoorsy type? Well, so am I. Don't be dismissive of the idea because
we're gonna get in touch with nature and hopefully have fun while at it. See the beauty only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty only on See Indonesia.
Hello and a very good afternoon to all of you. And for the next few hours, we'll bring you the latest from Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and around the world.
With more of a whisper than a resounding clang, Greece has shed another restriction, dating back to its painful financial bailout.
Schools in Demaku Gymnasium, Central Java have become Taito Alba Owls conservationists. These barn owls are considered friends with farmers as they can help to prey on rats in rice fields.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the Sea Morning Show only on Sit today, and we have a thematic news special segment for you. A man in Cianjur, West Java has successfully earned millions of rupiah by keeping trigona bees.
Ooh. These small stingless bees are believed to have excellent honey quality with rich nutrition. Speechless.
In Bojongranget, Sukamana Village, Karangtengah Sub-District, Cianjur Regency, a beekeeper named Agus Taman farms trigona bees. In his farm, there are hundreds of hive bodies which are beehive boxes for trigona bees to produce honey. The beautiful farm with a green garden and colorful flower beds has become a favorite spot for many insects. One of them is trigona bee, a type of bee that produces high-quality honey. These black bees have smaller body sizes than other types of bees and are more friendly as they do not sting. The honey is even believed to be high quality.
Kalau di bahasa kampung atau di daerah perkampungan seperti di Bojongranget ini, lebah tewe yang kemampuannya itu sangat luar biasa karena lebah yang paling kecil lah di antara lebah-lebah yang lain. Terus daya itunya bisa menembus ke bunga-bunga yang lebih kecil seperti bunga matahari atau bunga yang memang kadar nutrisinya itu nggak bisa dijangkau oleh lebah biasa.
The farm has been in production since the start of the pandemic. This location was initially a fish farm where now tilapia and catfish were bred. However, the business experienced some troubles. Therefore, Agus decided to try and farm trigona bees after gathering information from his younger sibling. Starting out with only 10 hive bodies, now Agus and his team have around 200 hive bodies and can earn a profit of millions of rupiah every harvest. After harvesting, it is distributed by a company with which Agus joined hands, so the farmers are not overwhelmed by the selling process.
Selama 6 kali panen itu ya alhamdulillah pas 3 kali panen aja udah kembali modal. Kan pertama saya beli 10 stok 12 juta. Panen pertama 4 juta. Alhamdulillah nggak ada potongan. Cuman kalau beda bank itu ada biaya admin lah. Itu panen kedua, panen ketiga itu udah 12 juta, udah kembali itu modal yang 12 juta.
Agus has now partnered with many farmers in Cianjur Regency. Meanwhile, the harvest period is once every 4 months, which results in a profit of 400,000 rupiah per box. Besides consumption, the honey can be used as the main ingredients for shampoos and cosmetics. This type of bee is very safe to manage at home because the bees do not sting or cause harm. See Today contributor reporting from Cianjur, West Java.
That was a very sweet story for sweet honey. Do you ever try the original honey?
No, not yet.
Oh, you have to do it because it's so sweet. But you have to do it with the expert, with the man.
We had a little chat.
Yeah.
Because then you really have to be careful if the bee is actually not in a happy mood.
Yeah, you
What
have
do
to
you know?
be careful for it. So another story is coming from Cianjur. A resident of Cianjur in West Java has succeeded in cultivating and selling Hoya ornamental plants after he was forced to shut down his culinary business during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Now, his plants are bought by many, including foreign customers from America and Europe.
A resident from Pasir Gede, Sukamaju village, Cibeber sub-district, Cianjur Regency, West Java, successfully exported Hoya ornamental plants after he experienced a slump due to his culinary business closing down during the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. A 36-year-old man named Effendi utilized his yard and seedlings that he received from his friend to try and cultivate Hoya. Then, after 2 years of the pandemic, Effendi successfully grew his Hoya collection, which he later sold through social media. Effendi receives not only domestic orders but also internationally from ornamental plant enthusiasts in Europe and America, such as Italy, UK, Canada, and the US. The price per plant ranges from $200 to $250. There is even a type of Hoya that Effendi sells per leaf, which reaches $250 per leaf.
Awalnya sih saya cuman iseng aja gitu, saya suka salah satu tanaman gitu. Saya pikir tanaman tersebut namanya Hoya gitu, ternyata ada ID-nya. Ternyata yang namanya Hoya itu hanya family aja, keluarga family Hoya aja gitu. Untuk Indonesia aja hampir ada, kalau nggak salah gitu ya, hampir ada 550 jenis Hoya gitu. Nah di situ saya merasa tertarik karena gimana ya, ternyata Hoya itu banyak gitu.
Effendi's cultivation yard has hundreds of different types of Hoya plant collections. The most sought types of Hoya are Lacunosa Amarillo, Lacunosa Soma, Lacunosa Golden Flame, Lacunosa Queen Midori, and Corecia Silver species of Kalimantan. Although the business has been running for 2 years, the cultivation has brought large profits. In a month, Effendi can sell the plants for $5,000. Supported by the village government, the cultivation Hoya ornamental plant business continues to be developed and become more known by plant enthusiasts from various countries.
Alhamdulillah dengan mengembangkan ini, kemarin dia ketika COVID, ketika pandemi kemarin, alih profesi dari jualan ke pengembangan bunga, dan alhamdulillah kegiatan ini yang dia lakoni ini sudah menembus pasar ekspor. Di antaranya saya dengar dari beliau kirim ke Singapura, ke Kanada, juga ke Italia. Jadi saya sebagai pemerintah desa turut bangga dan turut support, dan insya Allah kami dengan Ketua Gapoktan akan memperjuangkan untuk bantuan hibah kepada beliau. untuk khusus petani milenial.
With the high spirit that can be conveyed, Effendi hopes that many business owners and young farmers can revive post-pandemic and grow their business to the global market. See Today contributor reporting from Cianjur, West Java.
Would you look at that?
Yeah, it's
More from
here, right?
Cianjur. I think a lot is happening in Cianjur. A lot of good talents, actually plants, and then there's bees. What else is going to come
Besides
next?
rice from Cianjur, beras
And the
Cianjur
rice.
is so famous in Indonesia, right? It's so good.
All right, everything's happening from Cianjur, but we're going to have to take a break for now. But don't you go anywhere. We will return to recap some more news from earlier in the program. Stay with us on the C Morning Show.
Pagi bersama saya Imam Darto di Ngonten ngobrolin tentang Nusantara. Hap, hap. Wih, nggak banyak-banyak, Neng. Santai aja, lapar situ. Orang Malang ya?
Iya, Malang.
Oh, Malang.
Arek ngalam.
Oke, bisa baca bahasa ngalam?
Bisa.
Coba.
Matur suwun.
Wah, cuma segitu saja.
Ya,
dia
MD.
MD-nya ada panjangannya tuh. Apa tuh? My Dream.
On football's greatest stage, the gods of the game have earned their encore. Pelé, Beckenbauer, Cruyff, Maradona. It's the cup of hope. The cup of dreams. It's football's biggest prize on the greatest stage of all.
What makes a new place feel like home? I always believe it's about the people and the community.
I love the tomato sauce.
This is what I always say, the dish of signature. And food often the best way to connect them all.
Ooh, this one really good. Restaurants, for me, is the beating heart of a city. That is why I love exploring new places. Follow me while I'm visiting the most exciting eating places around cities only on C Indonesia.
Yeah,
Chef Fanny, right?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Jadi gourmet itu sebenarnya kayak makanan yang nggak bisa sembarangan nyajiinnya.
Oh,
Bisa
gourmet membayangkan. itu ya, karena plating jadi salah satu kuncinya tuh.
Arancini nasi kotak.
Ini.
Oh, ini diangkat ke set.
Ooh, that looks delicious. Stray, look at that.
Look at that.
That is your gourmet meal.
Very good afternoon to all of you. And for the next few hours, we'll bring you the latest from Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and around the world.
With more of a whisper than a resounding clang, Greece has shed another restriction, dating back to its painful financial bailout.
Schools in Demak Regency in Central Java have become Taito alba owls conservationists. These barn owls are considered friends with farmers as they can help to prey on rats in rice fields.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the C Morning Show only on C Today, and it's time for us to recap the news from our earlier segment. The first one, the body of Novita Kurnia Putri, who died in a shooting that took place in San Antonio, Texas, arrived in Indonesia on Saturday afternoon. Her body was immediately brought to her hometown in Semarang, Central Java. The body of Novita Kurnia Putri arrived at the Soekarno-Hatta Airport in Tangerang, Banten on Saturday afternoon. Upon arrival, it was received by a representative of the Indonesian Foreign Affairs Ministry, and of course, Her husband, Robert Brazil Jr., also accompanied the body during the trip back to Indonesia. And from the airport, the body was immediately brought to her hometown in Semarang, Central Java, to be laid to rest. Novita Kurnia Putri died on October 4 at her home in San Antonio, Texas, after she was riddled with more than 100 bullets by 2 teenagers. She has been thought to be a victim of misidentification on the part of the shooters who have been arrested by local police. Meanwhile, Novita is said to be laid to rest on Sunday afternoon at the Sasonoloyo Bumirejo Public Cemetery in Banyumanik, Semarang. Our next story, the Kertajati International Airport in Majalengka, West Java is anticipating the departure of Umrah pilgrims starting November 7. Their flights are scheduled to depart for Saudi Arabia 5 times a week.
The Kertajati International Airport in Majalengka Regency, West Java is currently preparing to depart its airlines for Umrah pilgrims. The West Java government has been communicating with the Middle East Airlines to assist flights from Kertajati Airport to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The Indonesian Transportation Ministry has also coordinated with Angkasa Pura II and Kertajati International Airport to prepare its facilities and infrastructures, including personnel that are on duty in the airport. The flights for the Umrah pilgrims are scheduled to take flight starting November 7.
Sudah dihitung, kami sedang bernegosiasi dengan penerbangan dari Timur Tengah supaya bisa pesawatnya langsung datang ke Kertajati Timur. Saya kira mohon doanya. Oh, belum dihitung, tapi intinya yang penting ada dulu lah. Karena jumlah haji dan umrah Jawa Barat luar biasa banyak.
It is hoped that the Kertajati Airport can also facilitate the departure of Hajj pilgrims, not only from the Western Java region, but also from Central Java. The development of the Hajj dormitory in Indramayu Regency is also nearly finished. See Today contemporary reporting from Majalengka, West Java.
Moving on to East Nusa Tenggara, the 2022 Indonesian Financial Group or EFG Labuan Bajo Marathon was recently conducted in West Manggarai Regency, East Nusa Tenggara, and features a canoe rowing competition. And of course, the event draws 1,200 participants from within the country and abroad.
For the first time, a sport tourism competition concept for rowing and marathon was held in Labuan Bajo, West Manggarai Regency, East Nusa Tenggara on Saturday, October 2022. 1,200 local and international participants took part in the event. The competition was sponsored by the Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry Insurance and Indonesia Financial Group or IFG. The participants were divided into 6 categories such as marathon, half marathon, 10 kilometers, 5 kilometers, Ekiden, and Kids Dash. Labuan Bajo was chosen as the location as it has high potential in sports tourism, which combines tourism and sports.
Treknya tentunya memang menantang karena untuk half marathon dan marathon itu mulai masuk kilometer 15 itu dipenuhi dengan trek turunan dan tanjakan kerja. Tapi kalau kami lihat peserta semuanya itu senang ya. Kami terima kasih pada panitia menyelenggarakan lomba ini, IO-nya, karena berjalan dengan baik. Kita akan berkoordinasi dengan Kementerian BUMN lagi, ya, dengan teman-teman di Kementerian BUMN untuk yang pertama memastikan ini akan jalan lagi ya. Nanti akan jalan lagi untuk kali keduanya. Termasuk event dayung kemarin yang sudah kita jalankan juga.
Through this event, it is hoped that the IFG Labuan Bajo Marathon can create excellent athletes from East Nusa Tenggara Province.
Untuk ajang maraton ini juga mudah-mudahan tahun depan bisa ini lagi lah supaya peminatnya lebih banyak lagi. Mungkin sekarang kan cuma sedikit ya. Mudah-mudahan tahun depan atlet-atlet yang dari luar, atlet-atlet nasional bisa hadir.
Aside from marathon, canoe rowing competition also enlivened the 2022 IFG Labuan Bajo Marathon. The event aims to boost the local economy, which is in line with the sport tourism concept. See Today Contemporary reporting from West Manggarai, East Nusa Tenggara.
Great competition at a great place. So everyone, after the break, we will return to recap some sport update. And of course, keep it right here only on C Morning Show.
Iya, gue lewat gendut.
Maksudnya lo tadi muntahinnya sengaja?
Mati aja gue asli.
Nggak boleh ngomong kayak gitu.
Asli lo gak gendut? Ayo lah.
Kayaknya dia bulimia deh, Mbak.
Kendorkan perlahan-lahan.
Tulung Agung is a small city that stores many varieties of culture and culture based on local wisdom. The people of Tulung Agung in general have a culture or tradition that is passed down from generation to generation. One of them is the ancestral heritage of coffee. Coffee is not an original commodity from Tulung Agung Regency, but Tulung Agung typical coffee is part of the heritage in the era of the Dutch colonial.
Welcome back to Theory of Everything. We will round out some of the biggest or craziest theories that have been circulating around the web and then stuck on your head, such as fan theories that audiences have about movies, shows, comics, or anything really. When the initial trailer for Doctor Strange 2, it was clear Wanda Maximoff held a prominent role in the film, though whether she'd play friend or foe to Benedict Cumberbatch lead remain in question.
In this episode, we will explore the potential of Klaten Regency Central Java, where God blesses the city with the natural resources. Come see the beauty only on C Indonesia!
Jadi gourmet itu sebenarnya kayak makanan yang nggak bisa sembarangan nyajiinnya.
Oh,
gourmet
membayangkan.
itu ya, karena plating jadi salah satu kuncinya tuh. Arancini nasi kotak. Arancini. Oh, ini diangkat nih ke set.
Ooh, that looks delicious. Stray, look at that.
Look at that.
That is your gourmet meal.
Hello and a very good afternoon to all of you. And for the next 3 hours, we'll bring you the latest from Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and around the world.
With more of a whisper than a resounding clang, Greece has shed another restriction, dating back to its painful financial bailout.
Schools in Demak Regency in Central Java have become Taito Alba Owls conservationists. These barn owls are considered friends with farmers as they can help to prey on rats in rice fields.
Hi everyone, welcome back to C Morning Show on this Sunday edition. And right now it's time for your world of sports updates. We're going to start with the shuttlers in Chinese Taipei. Lu Qingyao and Yang Po-han beat their English counterparts Ben Lane and Sean Vendy 21-15 and 21-14 in the French Open. Their victory has earned them a spot at the men's doubles final. The Chinese Taipei pair, who occupied the 20th position in the world standings, were struggling to match the pace of their English opponents, who ranked 9 places below them. However, Yao and Han managed to beat Lane and Vendy to advance to the French Open final, where they will face Indian pair Satwik Sairaj Ranki Reddy and Shiraj Shetty. On the other hand, top seed Victor Axelsen has secured his spot at the French Open men's singles final, scheduled for Sunday. The Danish Olympic champion played at the peak of his game when he faced his Japanese counterpart Kodai Naraoka, where the Japanese battled bravely but still went down 21-12 and 21-8. Meanwhile, an upset took place in the women's singles division as Taiwanese shuttler Su Ying-tai was strangely out of form and lost to Bing Xiao He of China 21-15 and 21-10 in 37 minutes. Next up in tennis, Denis Shapovalov of Canada advances to the ATP 500 Vienna Open final after beating his Croatian opponent Borna Coric 7-6 and 6-0 on Saturday. The world number 19 won 95% of his first serve, hitting 26 winners and putting down 7 aces. This victory means Shapovalov will now face top seed and world number 4 Daniil Medvedev on Sunday for a chance to win his second career title. On the other side of the draw, Danish teen Holger Rune has reached his third consecutive ATP Tour final after beating Roberto Bautista Agut in the 2022 Swiss Indoor Championship on Saturday. Rune bounced back from a 6-2 deficit in the second set tiebreak and gained 6 points in a row to beat Bautista Agut 7-6, 7-6 in just over 2 hours. After securing the Stockholm Championship trophy last week, Rune is currently enjoying a 9-match winning streak, and aside from that, he also reached the final of the Sofia Championship earlier this month and has won 13 of his last 14 matches. This victory ensures Rune a spot in the world's top 20 list next week, and the Dane currently occupies number 18 in the live rankings and can rise to number 16 if he wins the title. There you are, guys, your updates from the world of sport. We're set for another break, but when we return, we'll bring you updates from the world of entertainment. Stay tuned on the C Morning Show.
Pagi bersama saya Imam Darto di Ngonten ngobrolin tentang Nusantara. Hap, hap. Wih, jangan banyak-banyak, Neng. Santai aja, lapar situ. Orang Malang ya?
Iya, Malang.
Oh, Malang.
Arek ngalam.
Oke, bisa baca bahasa ngalam?
Bisa.
Coba.
Matur suwun.
Wah, cuma segitu saja.
Ya, dia MD. MD-nya ada panjangnya tuh.
Apa tuh?
My Dream.
On football's greatest stage, the gods of the game have earned their encore. Pelé, Beckenbauer, Cruyff, Maradona. It's the cup of hope. The cup of dreams. It's football's biggest prize on the greatest stage of all.
What makes a new place feels like home, I always believe it's about the people and the community. I love the tomato sauce. This is what I always say, the dish of signature. And food often the best way to connect them all. Ooh, this one really good.
Restaurants, for me, is the beating heart of a city. That is why I love exploring new places. Follow me while I'm visiting the most exciting eating places around cities only on C Indonesia.
Yeah, Chef Fanny, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Silakan.
Jadi gourmet itu sebenarnya kayak makanan yang nggak bisa sembarangan nyajiinnya.
Bisa
Oh, gourmet
membayangkan.
itu ya, karena plating jadi salah satu kuncinya tuh.
Arancini nasi kotak.
Ini.
Oh, ini diangkat ke set.
Ooh, that looks delicious. Stray, look at that.
Look at that.
That is your gourmet meal.
Hello and a very good good afternoon to all of you. And for the next few hours, we'll bring you the latest from Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and around the world.
With more of a whisper than a resounding clang, Greece has shed another restriction, dating back to its painful financial bailout.
Schools in Demaku Gymnasium Central Java have become Taito Alba Owls conservationists. These barn owls are considered friends with farmers as they can help to prey on rats in rice fields.
Welcome back to the C Morning Show. So, guys, Ranga and Christy, what comes to your mind when you hear the word gourmet?
I'm first. Catering.
Catering. Okay. And Ranga, gourmet.
Meat, steak. Anything?
Something fancy.
Something fancy.
Yeah.
Something
Real
fancy,
fancy.
right?
Yeah.
So basically, guys, gourmet is actually any kind of rare or high-quality cuisine. So you're right, Ranga. And if you are curious about gourmet, you must not miss our talk show, My Talk Show, and Fall, of course, together with Chef Stephanie Harrison on Body Talk. Chef Stephanie is the winner of one of Indonesia's most prestigious cooking competitions and will help Paul Palili and I to turn a rice box menu to resemble a gourmet. Here's the sneak peek.
Chef mulai persiapkan dulu, apa sih yang dimaksud dengan kata-kata gourmet? Karena lately all I hear is gourmet.
Iya,
Dikit-dikit
gourmet.
Iya.
Kalau buat beberapa orang sebenarnya gourmet, ini sambil aku ini
Yes, please.
silakan. Jadi gourmet itu sebenarnya kayak makanan yang nggak bisa sembarangan nyajiinnya.
Oke.
Actually jadi kayak bukan harus yang fancy ya, tapi misalnya nih kita bikin nasi bakar, tapi kita bungkus dengan rapi, dengan proper. It's actually gourmet gitu loh. Memang sudah harus bukan yang sembarangan ditumplak-tumplak kayak
Yes.
gitu.
Secara estetika juga harus bagus.
Betul.
Jadi bukan ditentukannya bukan dari harga ya.
Bukan.
Jadi ini tadi diambilnya egg white.
Egg white, just egg white.
Egg whites dicampur sama nasi yang ada tadi, nasi bakar.
Dan kita kasih sedikit aja. Flour, rice flour, oke. Boleh.
Oke, harus
So,
apa?
kasih contoh dulu ya. Jadi ini kita bikin sebenarnya kalau misalnya tapi
nice, yes.
it's actually supaya lebih gourmet, kita bikinnya more to Italian.
Italian.
It's arancini. Arancini. All right, that was it. I am super curious about the result. Do not miss all the fun, guys. Just tune in to Body Talk on Sunday, October the 13th at 8 p.m. only on See Today. All right.
Really cool.
Now,
That's what gourmet is.
gourmet is, according to the chef, and we create something delicious.
Something
Ooh, I
On the
can't wait.
show.
So just from the FITI, we know that gourmet is not only about all luxurious things, luxurious sport, but how you make it and how you serve it.
Exactly. Right. So true.
Interesting. All right, something more interesting is from BTS. Jin from the BTS, or Worldwide Handsome to the BTS Army, recently released his new single, The Astronaut. Let's take a look.
BTS member Jin has released his most awaited single, The Astronaut, which dropped on Friday, October 28th. The song, co-written by Jin and Coldplay, expresses Jin's fondness for his fans' ARMY, according to the band's label. Jin has previously put out 3 solo songs, including Awake, Epiphany, and Moon, which featured in BTS's albums. The Astronaut music video has garnered more than 12 million views on YouTube in one day and has become a trending in the music category. The Astronaut is now available on music streaming platforms.
such a great song. Actually, Jin collaborated with Chris Martin, and also this one is the song actually as a gift for the fans before he went sent to the military service for the next 2 years, I think. So all the BTS fans won't be very sad to left by Jin, but they can still hear a new song. Amazing,
The Astronaut, right?
The Astronaut.
It's so good. All right, moving on from BTS to Rihanna. And of course, before we serve Rihanna, you have something to say, Shafira.
Oh, yeah. I already said that because I listened to the song when it's released, and I think it's going to break the records once again.
I think so too.
We'll see about that. They will count for the next 3 days or a week. We'll see about that, and we're gonna give you some updates.
It's gonna be a
For
good hit.
sure.
Yeah, I like the song. I like it. It's very catchy. All right, that was Jin from BTS, and it's been 180 minutes since you have welcomed us into your home. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoy delivering it. Make sure you follow us on all our social media accounts for the latest updates.
Also, as you continue on with your day, please remember to continue observing health protocols. Wash your hands, wear your mask, and watch your distance. And also, visit your closest healthcare facilities to be vaccinated if you haven't done so.
Sure, and in case that you miss it, we are now also available on Foxtel Plus Australia, Mako Cable TV Channel 84, Vision Philippines Channel 58, and Singapore at Singtel Channel 15, and of course, StarHub Channel 720. All right, guys, all together now. See Indonesia, see the world, see today. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Di sini. Mohon maaf, bukannya cuma 1 malam ya?
Gila.
Ras? Ras, asli lo gak ribut? Ayo lah, udah sini gue. Halo?
Ini kirimin gue apa sih?
Oh, udah nyampe ya? Itu asli ya, itu makanan sehat banget. Gue udah konsul ke nutrisionis yang ada di kantor gue, dan dia bilang aman kok kalau lo makan pasti nggak bakal bikin gemuk.
Jadi, makan sekarang ya?
Beneran? Ya beneran lah, masa gue bohong?
Makasih ya.
Iya, sama-sama. Gue mau ngomong sesuatu, tapi lo jangan marah ya.
Kenapa sih?
lo mau nggak gue temenin ke psikiater? Jadi ada psikiater yang gue pernah juga konsul di situ. Orangnya baik kok, ramah. Gue sih yakin lo nyaman gitu ngobrol sama dia.
Sebenarnya nyokap gue juga nyuruh gue ke psikolog. Dia mau gue sembuh. Ya, tapi gue gak nyaman lah kalau ke psikolog sama nyokap. Dia mau gue sembuh, tapi gue juga dimarahin. Ya, gue makin stres lah.
Ya udahlah, gue temenin aja ya. Nanti lo ngomong aja sama nyokap kalau lo pergi sama gue.
Boleh deh.
Oke.
Hai dong. Hey, halo Ge, apa kabar?
Baik dong.
Dengan siapa ini?
Teman aku namanya Laras.
Oh, oke. Ya.
Gue tinggal bentar ya. Gue di depan. Ya.
Nggak apa-apa
Nggak
kok.
apa-apa. Mari dong.
Mari Ge. Ya. Laras silakan duduk ya.
Iya dong.
Oke. Ya. Laras, gimana? Duduknya sudah cukup nyaman?
Udah dok.
Oke. Apa yang bisa dibantu, Laras?